I think we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
you're
Bro.
live.
We're definitely live.
Listen, if we are live right now, glad to have you guys actually here. This chat is absolutely bonkers, but they're gonna bear with me while my computer is acting really crazy. But let me turn this off so I can solo myself first, and then we're gonna have a conversation, you and I, everybody out there. Okay. You see the panel. You weren't meant to see the panel yet. But let me solo myself real quick because I'm gonna have a discussion with everybody out there because I'm pretty sure you're wondering what's going on. You're probably wondering about the everything as far as the title of the show, which is the final curtain call, my departure. Okay, so there's reasonings behind that, and I am going to get into that. I do want to welcome you all here to, again, another episode of Say What Wednesday. So thank you guys for basically being here with us. Right now, this thing is acting stupid. It has a mind of its own. But give me a second here. I guess it's because we got so many people in, it's acting a fool. But let me try to solo it again. Am I soloed or is it just
you were just solo? Now you're back on. Now you're back on.
Am I solo now?
You achieved your goal.
No,
then
not
we'll
yet.
change back to all.
Just a sneak peek of the panel. Just a sneak
No, you're we got the whole panel now.
I mean, you
Okay,
sound excellent,
because it's
though.
weird. I'm solo from my end. Like I see, I'm solo from my end, but I'm not solo.
Then do the same thing you
Yeah,
did, and it'll flip
do
you
the
back
opposite.
To you, so. Yeah, the opposite. When you see the whole panel, it's actually just you.
Yep. There you go.
Am I solo
You're
now?
solo now.
Just
You're
you.
solo.
Solo now.
Just you. Yep.
That is weird because it doesn't say it. But anyway, if I'm soloed, then that's fine.
You are.
Okay, so we're going to keep it like this, and we're not going to touch it. I'm solo, so we're just going to keep it this way. Everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for Say What Wednesday. Great that you're here. Great panel that we have, and now it's doing it again. It's crazy, right?
No, you're good.
No,
Am I good?
You're good on our
Okay.
side.
No,
it's just you. It's still you.
Okay, cool. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, so thank you guys for basically being here with me tonight. We're going to have a discussion really quick. I just want to get this out the way. The title of the show is Final Curtain Call, My Departure. Now, I said that for specifically a reason. So bear with me. Now, we're all here basically because we love collecting. We love this collecting realm. There's reasonings behind it. You know, we love the artistry. We love the smell of a fresh, brand new box that shows up in the mail. And, you know, we love unpacking that box. We just love the joy of it. Okay. One of the reasons why I do this is because it is a level of escape, and it's a level of escape for all of us. We've formulated a lot of friendships. We've developed a lot of really great relationships. We've networked with so many different people. We've met so many individuals out there in the collecting community. You've actually been able to form relationships with, you know, certain organizations. We've met at cons. You know, we've been able to exchange, you know, and you know, be a part of different fundraisers and, you know, put on certain events. You guys have supported me for Halloween initiative. We've done a great job with that. So we've had a great time. One of the biggest things that I wanted to talk about is the simple fact that this is sacred for us. It's a sacred, and I want to say a sacred community of individuals who love collecting, and it's all about collecting. And this is the space that we should actually keep it in. Mm-hmm. As of late, that has changed. As of late, there's been a lot that's been going on in this community that's been a bit like polarizing. Now, each and every one of us on this panel are content creators. We do this for you guys. We do this because of what we love. We do this because, again, it is a safe haven. It is a safe space. It is a place where all of us can come together, okay, and provide whatever information, whatever, you know, if you're looking on for ways to find companies where you can, you know, pretty much spend money the right way, you know, find, you know, deals, great deals, talk about, you know, product, exchange information, ideas about the product, talk about the artistry, tailoring, whatever it may be, head sculpts. Might be certain conversations that we don't want to have, but are important. I remember like a couple weeks ago that I was talking to Shane and I was like, look, I don't want to talk about price. Price, I hate talking about because, again, sometimes that can become a bit tedious and that conversation can lead to something totally different. But in talking to him, I understood why it's important, because he said, I'm going to continue to talk about pricing because it's informative. It's good to let people know options. Options. That's the word, options. When we think about that, we have options. Companies that we can actually purchase figures from, companies we don't have to purchase figures from. Okay. So you may have a company that or distributor that you go through that you trust. Some may have others. Now, what I want to say is that one company is exempt from problems. Every company that you deal with will have problems. May not have it now, but eventually they will. It is what it is. Risk. Risk is when you basically decide to spend your money on these figures. Anything can actually happen. Risk. You can walk outside the door and get hit by a car. That's a risk. You can get inside your car and get hit by another car. Risk. You can say some bullshit to your girlfriend and she can smack the shit out of you. That was a risk that you took. Now, I'm just being completely honest. But I say that for a reason. Because of the simple fact that, again, you're at risk anytime you spend money on a figure from whatever company that you go through. That's just the name of the game. So just think about that when we have certain discussions. Also, it is wrong to tie a person, one person, to a distribution company or to a company. That person, Myron is, or me, myself, Lael is not Toys Wonderland. I am not Sideshow. I am not Toys Buying Agent. I am not, any other company that's out there at this moment that are selling these figures. I'm one person. Okay. So with that being said, anyone who is representing or mentions a company, you can't chastise that person because of that company's decision on how they do business and whatever their business ethics are. Remember that. Also, as content creators, it is our responsibility, number one, to be cordial, to be pleasant. Now, we'll have conversations that you may not like, but at the same time, discord between each other, sometimes it doesn't really work out. It puts a bad taste in your mouth. And on top of that, it formulates really bad relationships, and it's polarizing to everybody out there in the chat who watches these things. When you hear these conversations and then you ally yourself with certain individuals, you say, okay, I'm not going to watch that person. I don't want to be a part of this person's show. I don't want to be involved with that person. What does it get you? Because all of these conversations is taking us away from what's important, which is collecting. That's what's important, collecting. The figures that we collect, the space that we exist in where we can enjoy these pieces that we get. That's what's important. Everybody that's on this panel right now, I consider my brothers. I love them all. And I love streaming with them. I welcome any and everybody on my channel, regardless of who you are. Even if we have differences of opinion, you're always invited here in this space because I like to create a safe space. But I will say it's not safe everywhere, as it's been proven. Now, I'm not here to basically discuss anything that happens with a particular company, whatever they decide to do, whoever they decide to work with, whoever actually gets first dibs on a review, whoever doesn't. I'm not privileged that way. I only have 3,104 subscribers, low level. I have no expectations. The reason why I'm here is not for subs. It's not for likes. It's here to talk to you guys. It's here to basically have a space where we can socialize about the things that we love. Now, with that being said, departure or final curtain call. I am here to inform everybody tonight that this is a final curtain call, but not what you think. It's a final curtain call for the bullshit. It's a final curtain call for anything that happens outside the realm of collecting. If it has nothing to do with that, then it doesn't have a space here. We can talk. We can have a really civil conversation about price, a really civil conversation about these pieces, a conversation about whatever company that you want to go through. Now, it doesn't have to be polarizing. It can be it can be safe. This is the space that I want to create. So the final curtain call is from that shit. My departure is from that shit. That's what I'm talking about. And that's the reason why I wanted to have this. Now, everybody that I invited on this channel tonight all my brothers, people that I love, and everybody out there that decided to watch this channel tonight with positive intentions. I love you all. And this is why I have you here. Again, this wasn't done for subs, viewership. If I got your attention, it was for a reason, because it needed to be this way. Things needed to be said. Seriously, let's keep it in the realm of collecting. Whatever grievances that you have against a person, if you don't like them and you don't know why, maybe outside of off stream, not live while people are watching, off stream, you can message back and forth, have a private chat, Zoom call, whatever, and y'all iron out those grievances. A lot of what goes on behind the door shouldn't be vocal in public. It shouldn't, because it takes away the things that we love, which is collecting. And that's why I'm here. If you're watching this right now and you don't like what I'm saying, I'm not holding you hostage. You don't have to be here. If you feel as though you want to unsubscribe, that's fine. If you don't like the people that I have on this panel, that's fine. But I love them. And this is why I have them here. And if you're here, obviously I love you too. So that's what I wanted to say. My final departure away from all the bullshit, and a final curtain call from anything that's negative that has nothing to do with collecting. Again, we can talk about price. We can talk about figures. We can talk about the companies where you got these figures from. But please don't attack a person's integrity, because it's not fair. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, thank you guys for basically being here. Thank you for this panel. Everybody that's actually watching right now, I love you guys. How you guys doing today?
Amazing.
Good, man. You can't
Good.
actually love
Good,
Carlos,
bro.
though. I mean, that's there's no way.
Fuck you and your patchy beard.
Your beard, bro, is patchier than mine.
You good?
All
You
good.
good?
Yeah.
Everybody
good,
good?
yeah.
So
100%.
again, welcome all, welcome everybody here, and welcome back to the Streaming Post, Justin. I'm so glad to have you here on the channel, back from the InArt event. So shout out to you. Thank you for being here. And you know we're gonna be asking you some damn questions tonight about those figures.
Please do. I want to answer your question.
You already know that, so we're gonna have that discussion. So that's going to be coming up. Also, can't go without mentioning, round of applause to Raleigh Reviews.
Oh, we got you.
Amazing,
Yeah, buddy.
amazing.
Thank you.
Nice
Well,
job,
this
buddy.
weekend you nailed it, bro. Thank you for
You guys are
basically
too
being
kind.
here again, man. Thank you so much. Again, you did such a damn good job, man. And thank you for having me and Carlos and Will on the show as well, man. It
Of
just
course.
you killed it, man. Thank you. And Justin, thank you for the posing. Your posing was on point. I do want to critique
Thank
this
you.
one. No, I'm just playing. I
Oh.
critique
The hat on Gandalf. That was the only thing.
Gandalf.
The Gandalf hat.
you know,
Other
definitely.
than that,
being
the
here.
hat. So I agree with you. The hat started to ride up. So the way the hat is designed is it's padded in the snoot.
Yeah.
Top, you know, the,
Right,
snoot,
right,
like, you know, the spiky
That
thing,
sounds
the snoot
sexual.
on top.
The whole?
It's
Yeah.
padded. So the
Yeah.
padding, I didn't push it up enough. It's not like the Asmus hat where it's like sewn over it. You can actually put his head in it. But I didn't pull the fucker down enough. So it was sliding up constantly. But yes, I agree with you. I didn't pull that hat. The snoot, the padding was pushing it down. But
Yeah.
It was
yeah,
still
that's a
good.
word of
It was
warning.
still
You
good.
need
Hate to
to
say
adjust the snoot when you get the hat.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, I mean, it was just everything else about the figure was dope. It's just the hat
Yeah.
for some reason. It was.
I
it
should have
wasn't as-
taken it off. I should have taken it off.
But you know, other
Yeah.
than that, it was cool. It was
Yeah.
it was dope. Everything.
I
I
mean-
mean, the Joker, I was pleased with, so I'm definitely happy about that, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm definitely happy about that. Ben Thomas show, man. How you doing, bro? I'm so glad to have you here, man.
Thank you. I am just relieved you're not quitting. You didn't tell us backstage either. So I was waiting. I'm like, I don't know
Dude,
what's
he wouldn't
happening.
tell us. He wouldn't.
I'm just
No,
here.
let's
Apparently
roll.
we're loved, but I don't know. So
So you're getting broken up with. So.
Nah,
It's all-
nah.
it's good in Canada, man. Thank you for having me. I definitely appreciate it. This is my first time on with Justin and Aries, and I think maybe brother cousins, maybe once before, but everybody in the panel, it's an all-star panel. So thanks for inviting me. I feel honored.
go.
Definitely. Thanks, guys.
Except Riley.
Yeah.
100%. I was gonna say Carlos. I like Riley. He's got a shirt in the mail for
Thank
me.
you.
So
Yes,
Oh, hey.
yes. Not for Carlos. I'm not
when you
getting it.
send me
for
a
me?
Carlos shirt, I'll
Yeah, there you
change
go.
my mind.
Don't say Carlos on it.
It's gonna say FUC. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm okay with that
maybe.
too. I'm good with it.
Definitely, man. Riley, how you doing, brother? How you riding still high? You in a high right now, or have you come down
Dude.
now? You still like feeling good, man? How you doing?
I mean, I'm doing great, man. That event, I mean, shout out to Queen, shout out to Justin. I mean, he did a great job at the event as well. Pleasure meeting him there. And just, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And just, that was my first time seeing like those figures, obviously, and just like high quality figures. And I was like a kid in the candy store pretty much. I mean, I loved it, man. It was a lot of fun covering it. And I'm so excited. I'm finally back here in LA and, you know, just enjoying all the positivity from the community. I mean, we did have some other stuff back before, but you know, we're just blocking all that. We're just only talking about the positives here. That's what I love about it. So
yeah,
let's go, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's what we doing. We gonna definitely talk about the positives tonight and not feet. Will, how you doing tonight, man? You good?
Bro, there's no feet talk? I was
No,
proud of feet talk.
he's leaving.
None at all.
So,
None at all.
I mean, yeah, I'm good though, man. Happy to be here. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun show talking about, I think we're talking about InArt. Isn't that what we're doing?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about some
Okay,
InArt.
yeah. I didn't all I knew was curtain call. I was
about ramen.
Well,
We're gonna talk about InArt.
I was
We're gonna talk
fixated.
about-
I was fixated, Justin, on layout, like breaking up with all of us because I didn't know what he was gonna do. Like I was asking him, I was like, "What's going on? I've been streaming with you since day one." He's like, "You're gonna see, bro. You're gonna see." Like I didn't even get the inside scoop, and I've been streaming with this dude since the beginning.
Damn.
Nah,
Yeah, I didn't get nothing,
told
man.
me.
So layout kept us all in suspense. But yeah, happy to be here, man. It's gonna be a fun segment. So you know, with my expertise in something specific, I'm gonna share it.
Definitely.
So minimal. Justin picked the perfect show to show up for. So
Oh my god.
should be
Hell
great.
yeah,
Should be good one.
you picked the perfect one. Next up, we got my cousin Cam. Cam,
What's up, man?
how you doing, brother?
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me here, bro. I was like sitting here just listening to you in the beginning, and I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do on Wednesdays now? If you quit? I gotta tell my wife we can hang out. Oh my
I
god.
know.
Damn.
I gotta
So,
listen.
yeah, man. Shout out to my daughter. She turned 11 today, Kylie.
Gets an applause.
October
birthday.
baby.
That's
Round of
awesome.
applause
October
for her,
babies
man.
out here,
October
man.
baby all day today.
As old as Riley.
Riley's like at least 13, bro.
Wow. Wow.
I was
Right.
worried about Riley when we walked through the casinos and there were, you know, the saucy Sheilas doing their
So you
dance.
did go to
moves.
the
Riley.
Yeah, well, I heard Justin. I heard there were
Saucy
strippers involved.
Sheilas.
So
Oh, you
I love
know,
it.
there were all kinds of things that Riley bear witness to.
We were both just walking through like, what is going on?
Riley became
he
a
was
man
just
in
like-
Vegas that night. So
Yeah, exactly.
I think with Justin being on here tonight, I'm gonna be googling a lot of words so far. 'Cause, like Snoot, I googled Snoot a second ago. Now I'm like Saucy Sheila. I gotta see what this shit is.
Bro,
Like,
he told me
Got
what
any more?
Wagyu
Throw 'em out
was.
there.
I didn't know what that
Throw 'em
was
out there.
before him.
Wagyu.
Oh
Definitely,
my
man.
god, I'm sorry.
Which one?
Hell yeah.
Wagyu. It's like a steak.
Wagyu.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wagyu.
You would've
I
known
didn't-
about
It's
that.
Australian.
I know, but I didn't know what it
Yes, it
was. He
is.
still taught me
We've
none
got
of
Wagyu.
that. So
It's an expensive
Spike.
Come on,
steak.
Will.
Yeah,
Spice,
bro.
what's up with you, Sean? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Can you single me out just real quick?
I can't.
he's like, he don't know. Is this first
There's
time?
no how.
I can't because I don't know. If
Okay.
I'm gonna-
Oh hell yeah!
Oh my god.
What is that?
What?
Oh,
What
wow.
is that?
That's fucking feet.
Oh god.
That's like
What figure's
get
foot
Yeah,
is that?
what figures is
What
that?
is that?
What
You trying to
figures
get
foot is
canceled,
just
right?
exposed?
Oh, man.
Yeah, Leo's gonna kick your ass
Oh
out.
man, he's never gonna have me back.
Yeah,
That's a new
Yeah,
trivia question.
That
Yo,
is-
I
somebody's
had,
gonna clip
I
that,
had this
guaranteed.
stupid foot in my mouth for so long. I'm so glad I took it out.
You know
Yeah,
you enjoyed
we-
every second of that, Sean.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Is he still solo? Because my computer.
No, he's not.
Thank God.
Thank God. Thank God. No.
Okay, let's definitely move
Only
on.
so much
Carlos,
excitement
what's
for
going
one
on, with
night
you, bro?
we can
How you
handle.
doing, man?
True.
I'm doing pretty good, man. Thank you for having me, and everyone on this panel. Justin, you did a really good job with the posting, man, and I just gotta tell you, I kept telling Riley not to touch the figures, to stop touching stuff. But he
That's
kept wanting to
the
do it
opposite
all
of
the
that.
time.
The opposite
I don't know
of
what you're
that.
talking about. Will, back me up
Oh,
on
yeah?
this.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't
Touch the
either.
figures, open. I was like, dude, you gotta stop, But hey,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, man. Thank you for having me, bro. Excited to be here, and talk about feet. So let's go.
Yeah.
Ah.
Justin, would
Anyway.
Riley have been fine if he opened the case? Like, would that have been the end of the world?
I mean, if I was standing next to him, maybe.
No,
If he
dude,
was just,
I went to
but if he was
Justin-
just going around opening them,
Opening the
then
cases.
I went to Justin. I was like, "Oh, like, do you think we can open this?" He's like, "I wouldn't." I was like, "Okay, then I'm not touching it."
Hold up, do we got Oilers Workshop in here?
Yeah, bro. I saw
Shout
him.
out!
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
the chat-
another
shout
shout out
out.
to Oilers Workshop, man, because
He
it
was
was a
at the
dope ass
event,
review
too.
too. He was at the event.
Amazing
Clean
coverage.
clean
Amazing stuff.
coverage, bro. Your coverage was on point as well. So shout out to you, my brother. Thank you for being here with us. A subscribe. I've been watching this stuff now for like almost a week. So definitely,
Yeah,
man.
he's got
Thank you
great
for
stuff.
being here, brother. Next up, I mean, I think every show needs a pimp. Like every show has to have somewhat of a pimp that
Well,
shows up. And you know, we got brother cousins in the building. So man, how you doing, bro?
I can't call it pimping. You know how it is, man. I'm just sitting here minding, enjoying the wonderful views and a wonderful panel. How y'all doing tonight, man?
Great.
But you know what, dude, I you know, I don't know what to think now because I bought you a going away present. So I'm like, I mean, what the hell?
What'd you buy him?
Yo.
Oh, a DeLorean.
Damn.
A bunch of bullshit.
You got a damn DeLorean. Damn. I should have went away then. Damn.
Yeah, bro.
Forget that. But nah, man, thank you for being here, brother. I'm so appreciative, man. And thank you for always being. Last but not least, my man. Come on, man. Aries, all day, every day. The wizard is in the building. What's going on with you, brother?
Well, I'm celebrating. I got the off-world Jawa egg juice. Thank
Oh, wow.
God your curtain call. I was like, okay, thank goodness here. And really well said, brother. So now I'm really celebrating. Look
Oh,
at
man,
this
appreciate
all-star
that.
panel. And I'm just so excited to be here. So thank you
Yes.
so much for having me. And,
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, let's do it, baby.
I'm so glad you're here, man. So thank you for being here. Thank you for this amazing, wonderful panel. Everybody out there, please tell Carlos to change his fucking name. But anyway, we'll get to that a little bit later. Let me actually address the chat real quick. It's a lot of people in there, so if I don't get to you, I'll make sure I get to you around a little bit later. We got S Beam in the building, Philip the Food, Renz Talentino, FBJ, my baby Latoya T is here as well. We got Justin McFly. We got Superhero Display, Spice Runner. Why are you out there, bro? We got Charlie the Unicorn. We got Peyton 23. We got Fig Fate is in the building. We got Ash Chase. Marvel Less is in the building. Thank you for being here tonight, lady. We got who else? We got man, we got a few people. Mike Fiella. We got Laura Quiles is in the building. Tully is here. Windman 42. Tremble Dust. We got Oilers, you know. Let me see. Let me see who we got. Yeah. Oh yeah. First Lokage. 92 is in here. Let me see who else we got in the building with us. Brandon Salad is here. Let me see who else. Am I missing some people? We got Doc Smizzle in here. Thank you for being here, Doc. Oilers Workshop, my guy. Thank you for being here with us, man, tonight. Ant Collectibles is actually here. Josh Baker is here with us. Yeah, man, we got my man Pop Culture Living Room is in here. My man is always with us. Thank you for being here. And yes, just to name a few. I know we got more people in here, but I'll make sure I'll get to you guys. Marvelous Reviews is here. Shiny. Man, Oaf Skywalker is in the building with us. Siskel Collector is in the building with us. Keith, my man Keith, all day is in here with us. Benjamin, my man H Green is here. He actually just got his raised speeder that I sent him out. So congratulations. And it's in peace. It's not in pieces, it's in peace. So thank you, man, for that. And I'm so glad you got that in your hand, man. 1-6 Shooter is here. Yeah. Renz all day. 12-inch Moose Dream. That name. Damn. David Lenshin is in here. Thank you for being here. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. It's going to be a great show. We're going to have a great discussion. Now, before we jump into InArts, right? We can't jump into InArts without, giving Star Wars some love. You know what I mean? Star Wars got to get some love. We got to give Star Wars some love. It's considering the simple fact that we did. It was a release this week, right? It wasn't a reveal. It was a release of something that I mentioned a couple weeks ago, but I didn't actually think it was true. But it turns out that it was true. So we're going to actually talk about this first. And that is the Blurrg. That's the Blurrg set with Mando. So we're definitely going to have that discussion here. And I just want to see, Cam, don't worry about it. I'm not going to solo you out, bro. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Thank you so much. Oh my
You're,
god.
you're not going to
Like
get solo. You're
shit.
good. You're good. Let me actually go in and I'm going to bring this up. Now my computer's acting stupid, y'all. So bear with me. It is a Mac. It shouldn't be doing that, but again, it
Mac.
is. You know, Macs, bro. They have a mind of their own. But let me actually open this up here real quick. And Carlos, okay, good. Carlos changed the name, so hopefully everything starts working right.
You're not looking at Spice Runner?
He's trying
No.
to solo, so it's
Yeah.
No,
Go
I'm
ahead.
not. I'm not looking at him. So let's go in here real quick and let me go here. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Can y'all see this?
No,
Nope.
can't see
Y'all
it.
can't
No.
see it yet. Y'all
Nope.
can't see it yet.
Not yet, not yet.
Oh, this computer, man. It should be popping up in just a second.
Let's be
if it
patient.
has-
It's his first time, guys.
No, it's stupid
Wow.
ass Mac, bro. Like this Mac is just really, really dumb right now. I think it's just an overload. I don't know if it's because there's so many people in here, which it
Maybe.
shouldn't be. I don't know
wait.
why it's doing
It's
this.
loading. It's
Oh, it's
loading.
loading.
Here
Is it
comes.
loading?
Oh,
Yeah, it's loading
it's
now.
coming.
Is it in?
Oh, no, nothing yet. Nothing yet.
Oh, come on.
I see your face, but that's it.
Yeah.
It-
Oh, there,
There
we
we
go.
go.
Hey,
There we
there
go.
we
it's
are.
in. All right,
It's a
Jesus.
blurg.
we got it
It's a
in.
blur.
Man, it takes its own sweet time, but we definitely got it in, man. So yes, the blur.
That's what she said.
Uh,
Wow. Wow, Will.
You set me up for that one, Layout. Come on, bro.
It's that kind
pretty good.
of stream tonight, huh?
I know. Anyway, the blurred. We have it up here, and I want to start with you first, Aries. I'm gonna start with you on this one, man, because I know this is one that we've been talking about for a while. Everybody's been, wondering, when it was going to get released, and it's finally here. What do you
Where's
think, man? How do you
Aries?
feel about that? Is Aries here?
Yeah, the banner's
Here,
just
baby.
the
I'm
banner's
on
blocking him.
PTR.
I know. I'm trying to
through,
take
peek through,
the thing
peek
down,
through.
man.
There,
Oh,
we
there we
go.
go.
There you go. You
Is it
good.
down? There we go.
There he is.
There we go. Aries, what do you think about this, man?
It's the Blurrg.
Exciting.
And yeah, it's the Blurrg looks very, you gotta go
Blurgy.
got a blurgy, and I would kind of walk very gingerly and softly towards it, having my right or left hand out, making sure that the blurg's okay, it doesn't bite my hand off, that type of thing, and try and ride this thing like the OG Mando. Look, it looks great. It looks beautiful. It looks fantastic. And looking through the pictures, I think it's nice, but I can't get out of my head the thing that I'm really wondering. How many of these did they make? It's a high price point. You got Quill that's forthcoming, Quill and the Blurrg, Blurrg by itself.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to see here, these have been very, very low when you look at Sideshow anyway, best-selling wise. And when these were first announced, it didn't go like very high. I didn't see any of them, I don't think, even break the top 10 for a day. So I'm just kind of wondering if these are going to be rare, but these were also, and Will, we were talking about this on a show last week, my show, and I agree 100% with you. These are figures that last year were announced and purchase orders were put in last year, not this year. So I would think a large amount, seeing how much is in stock with a lot of the other figures right now. This wasn't a 2022 release, but also this was not very, very hot in the beginning for whatever reason. So I'm kind of curious to see just how many of these there are going to be and what the interest is going to be with these. But I think the pictures, Leo, look really, really good. I mean, I was expecting nothing less. But I'm just not sure how many of these that they made. And I'm going to be keeping an eye on it for sure.
Yeah. I again, myself, I wasn't at first it was an interest, but then I had to actually also think about space and whether or not, I don't really need this version. I also already have the Durasteel Mando, so I don't really need another one. And all I really wanted was Mando and Quill. Now, with Quill, like, it's like, well, I guess you have to have a Blurrg with him, but do I necessarily need it? So that's why I'm like, you know what? If once it hits, more of a bargain, if it's on sale, then I'll pull that trigger if it's still around. I think it's going to be around for a while. In my opinion, I think it will, especially with the slate of figures that we, are expecting, what's supposed to be coming. It's not something I had to jump on really, really quick. Brother Cousins, what you think about that, man?
Well, that's the thing. And I put a video up about this earlier this week.
Saw it.
Thank you. And the thing is, I like it. At first, it was not on my radar to get at all. But then seeing these pictures of it, and then thinking about the posing capabilities of it, and how often do we get Star Wars creatures? That's the thing. How often do we get a Star Wars creature? I'd rather it be like Luke or Han on a Tauntaun. I don't know why. That would fly off the shelves if we got that, OT or whatever. But I do like this. I do like it. I think it's for people that have the Durasteel Mando. You could just go ahead and get the Blurrg and just call it a day. Or I think the better option would just, like you say, get this with Quill. Get the Quill set. I wouldn't get this right now. I would, especially if if you don't have a Durasteel Mando, this is for the collector that just got into Hot Toys or just got into Mando. Like, hey, this is their opportunity to get a Durasteel Mando and they get a cool creature. It's a cool box set for them. But for collectors that's already been collecting a Mando line, I think you can step back a little bit. And even when I did that video early this week, I was looking at the price and I'm thinking, for some reason, I had the dumb idea that it was $260 in my head. I don't know why. And then when and then I went back and looked at it, I was like, damn, $315 with taxes, shipping. Oh my God, we're looking at $350 for this guy. Hold up. It looks good, but I don't know if it's going to be worth like $350 alone by itself. And then think about, and then the thing of it is, you got to think about this. The posing, this is for some. You're gonna have to get an IKEA Besto, or you're gonna have to have a Maji case. This ain't going in no Detolf. This has to stand. This will barely fit on the top of the Detolf. So you gotta take all that in consideration. And then, are you going to commit? Is this going to be something that's good for the time, or because this was season 1, season 3 is coming around.
And we're already almost at season 3. Yep.
Right. We don't know what he's going to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about that. This is good for the time, but I don't know if it's
important now.
Exactly. But on the flip side, it's a Star Wars creature.
Yeah.
You look at that right there. That pose, that just got me. Him, with Grogu on top of it. That just got me right there. It just looks good. It is a stunning piece, but he is an ugly mother. Anyway.
You know what it also reminds me of, Lael and Brother Cousins and everybody, in a way, especially with some of the display bases that we've been getting lately, especially with Marvel. It almost reminds me of a reissue of the OG Mando, but with a super cool display base.
Yeah,
being honest.
Display base.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, just like a diorama is what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
No, it looks badass. I'm not saying it doesn't.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, again, it's like an accessory piece, but also for people who exactly for those who didn't actually get that Durasteel, they'll want this right off the bat. You know what I mean? Because they have a chance of picking up, this figure. So again, it's a good accessory for people who actually, want to get this. Like you're getting a dope figure. You're getting a decent creature, a set piece. So, again, it's good for me. I'm just waiting. I just decided to wait for a while because I just don't want to jump the gun. What do you think about this piece, Will?
Dude, the Blurrg, man. This is I don't know. I think it's like I always thought it was kind of like a cool looking piece, but then I guess when you look at like everything else that's coming out, it's like, do I really want or need a Blurrg? It's kind of like they rode the Blurrgs for like 5 minutes and it was kind of cool for a little while, but then I just forgot that they existed. So then I was, it's almost like, why would I pay because Brother Cousins was mentioning like $350. It'll probably be more than that because then like it might be $375 or even $400 because shipping could be pricey for this guy because he's probably pretty big, right? And it's just like, I don't know, it's a very non-essential type of figure, Like Durasteel Mando, that's what I love about it because that is, my opinion, the best Mando so far that has been released. I love that Durasteel look. I feel like he should have worn it longer, to be honest.
Yeah.
He got the Beskar so quickly. And that first look was so like rugged and like sort of Western looking, like what Star Wars, and like I love that look. I just really, really like it. And I kind of wish he had it longer. So I'm really happy that people got another opportunity at that layout, because it didn't become like a grail when it sold out, but it became like almost a chase figure. Like people were wanting it. And then it got reissued and then it tanked again. So no worries there. I'm happy another round of collectors got an opportunity on that one, because it's a really great figure. And the Blurrg, there's nothing wrong with it. It looks great. I mean, like they did a great job with it. It's just like when you have it on your shelf, I think a lot of people are just kind of going to look at that and like, you know, what is that? What is that? Like, what is that thing over there? Like it's, you know, it's just kind of like a big little like space, I don't
piranha.
know, lizard
It's
that
like a
you ride.
space piranha lizard.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So like,
what it looks
but
like,
like
piranha, bro.
it's real. It's cool looking. Like it's really well done. It's just, I think a lot of people are probably just going to pass on it, I would think, because like Ari said, they probably just forgot that it was coming out. Like when they announced it, it's one of those figures that you're like, oh yeah, I forgot they announced that. Like that is being released today, you know? And it's, I think it just falls into that category, which is problematic in a very saturated market. You know, it's like people are just looking at other shit. Like DX Vader, people will know when that thing's dropping, and people will be very hyped for it.
Yeah,
or
for
Cad
sure.
Bane, for example, or Luke, Bespin Luke, right? Those are the figures that people will really. But a Blurrg, it's just like you could sense the common consensus or sentiment on the panel is just kind of like it's cool, but I'm not getting it. That's that's pretty much what I think probably most of us are probably going to say, unless it gets discounted pretty heavily. And then in that case, if a Blurrg is 180, everyone's going to want a Blurrg. That's a little bit different. But for 350 or more, probably not. But no doubt, it looks cool, man.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Cam. All right, so Cam, I can look. I already know you're not getting it.
Cam's getting
All right, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? Oh, let's see.
I know this. I know
Okay.
you're not getting this figure. I know you're not getting this Blurrg. I know that. But what
Hell
do you
no.
think?
What do I
it?
think of it? Oh, I think it's cool. Just like Ari said, and Brother Cousins as well. It's a cool diorama piece, I think, because it kind of recreates a scene. You know what I'm saying? If you're really into getting this Mando OG figure, you know what I'm saying? So, definitely, I'm not getting it at all. It looks like a tadpole right before it becomes a frog, or like two dinosaur cousins had a baby, and this is the effect. You know, it's like, oh, what happened? Oh, we messed up. So, nah, just it's just a lot of space too. Like it's 315, and it takes up a lot more space than I would want anything of my figures to take up. You know, but I think the cool part that Brother Cousins mentioned as well, that it is Star Wars creatures. You know what I'm saying? It's something out of the normal from just getting figures, you know?
So it's just, one of those things where, you don't know, it's like you got to play it sort of safe type of situation. Like with this, again, it's just a wait for me. It's definitely going to be a wait for me. If I decide to get it down the line, I will. But if I don't, I just don't. It's just not that important to me. Sean, what you think about this, man? Is this something that you're going to get your hands on, bro?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
You are Sean.
You are Sean, bro.
Well, I mean, sometimes there's other Seans here, and you call me Spice Sean, and then call other person Sean, so I don't know. So
Who
okay,
else here is Sean?
I don't know, man.
There's nobody else named Sean. I'm talking to you.
I don't know.
He's thinking about feet, bro. Give him a break.
I know.
No, feet. No. I don't want to say anything bad about anybody that buys this, because maybe you're new to collecting, but that is a hideous thing to look at right there. And also in this market, you can get an OG Durasteel Mando for about retail. So just ask Aries. So it's on his chart. I've got two already. If that Blurrg was $100 by itself, I still wouldn't buy it.
What the fuck?
No, because it's not going to fit in a D12, and why do I want that?
It'll look really good with your troopers.
No. You know what looks the best? My Count Dooku that Riley sold me, and my Death Trooper specialist that he sold me. I put
don't think
those
so.
all together.
I think the Blurrg looks a lot better.
And then all of the Ahsoka troopers that I bought from Carlos, they all look great. But this is Oh,
I mean, I
look
made
at
a
that.
bunch of money out of you though, so.
So we can bank on
That's-
this is something that you have zero interest in, correct?
Yeah, that's. I'm not interested in that. So
Okay,
Mhm.
so Carlos,
Yeah. Yeah.
you heard from Spice. Is this something like? Let me ask you, Carlos.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that this is going to suffer? And I'm gonna switch it up a bit. Do you think this is going to actually suffer from the simple fact that because, we did bring this up, is a simple fact that we're talking about something that, brother cousins, you mentioned we didn't see. This is something that was from season 1. You know what I mean? So again, is it going to suffer from the simple fact that people are like, you know what, been there, done that, we've seen it already. It's just boring to us now. It's not something that we necessarily want. I mean, that's again, we're not speaking for everybody. 200 people out there. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. People watching, 200 out there, hit that like.
Hit the like
But
button.
again, we're not talking about, there's a few people here that may want it, some people that don't. What do you think? Do you think it's going to suffer from just a long wait?
Yeah. Well, let me first say that the Blurrg, for what it is, I think it looks really good. I don't want to. I want to make sure the props that it deserves, and for the paint apps and everything, I think it looks really, really good.
Yeah.
I think it's going to suffer just because it's not, like everyone mentioned, it's not going to fit in a DTOF or in a specific place. It's not a key character like, Vader. Like, you'd rather spend money on a Vader than on a Blurrg if you don't have one, or you'd rather spend money on. I mean, I think everyone for the most part has like an Iron Man or something, but a key character. This is probably one of those things that Sideshow is going to discount right away. Maybe like 50% or so, pretty quickly. I just don't think a lot of people are going to jump on this, especially the Blurrg that is by itself without OG Mando or the other dude, the shirt dude.
Quill.
Him.
Quill, yeah.
So because of that, it's not that it's not a good looking figure or a toy. It's just that, I think it's going to be very low on everyone's priorities. I actually really do want it. I want to put Thena on top of it. I've been saying that for a while. So I do want it, and I will buy it. One thing though, that I hope that the fact that it's going to sit longer than like Kylo, probably it's hopefully not a sign for Hot Toys to, where they don't make other creatures like a Tauntaun or whatever other stuff is out there. That's the only thing, but I think it looks great. I will get this, especially if it's $100. I don't know what the fuck Sean is talking about, but I will definitely get it.
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
With $100, I can buy another Grail from Riley when he's.
Oh my God! Get out of here, Sean.
Right. Well, no, you make a good point. Like if they made a Tauntaun, I'm pretty sure everybody would have jumped on that immediately because that's a throwback. That's something that we're so used to. So definitely, you got a good point there, Riley. Is this something you want to pick up, bro, or no?
I don't think so. But if it is to the right price, I would definitely be tempted. Kind of like Carlos was saying. I think like maybe like 180 or 200 chipped, I'd be in on it. But just right now with how saturated the market is, like stuff like this is kind of like what you guys were saying is going to have to slip past the radar for now. But it looks great. And I actually heard, I don't know if it's like confirmed or not. I think people were saying that this Mando that released isn't the same body from the previous Mando that we had. Like it's actually skinnier, so you can pose it a lot better. Apparently, that's what I heard from some people. So that's pretty cool because I know that the original Mando has like the fat suit, so you can't really move the arms super high. But from the video, I think Sideshow or someone posted you can move the arms super high up. So that's pretty cool. Okay. I didn't know that like they'd actually update it, given it would be like a reissue. But hey,
I wouldn't even know how the original Mando would sit, Riley, like the way it is on that.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe that's why they had to do it. Yeah, to make him skinnier. But like I said, that's pretty cool. I've never had the original Mando, but maybe that would tempt some collectors like, hey, maybe it's updated. Maybe I should pick this up with the Mando. But I think most people would do the Quill and Blurrg set. But nonetheless, it looks great. Like Carl was saying, detailed, really amazing. But just, yeah, it wouldn't be for me. But I think some people who are Mando collectors, because, I mean, there's a lot of people who have the whole Mando line. And this would be one that you kind of would need in that background for that whole Mando display. So I could see a market for it. But, yeah, it's going to be the one for the right price for sure.
Definitely, man. I can see that. Now, Ben, I'm gonna ask you a question. Now we see the Blurrg, right? And we know that like right now we're talking about this is like a low interest in this piece. But you know what? What if Hot Toys decided to give us the Durasteel Mando and a Mudhorn? Would you get that?
Oh, that is a good question. Because I mean, a Mudhorn is badass, right? Like, how could you not want to put that in your collection? You would literally have to carve out a huge amount of space for something like that, right?
That's a big yeah, right.
And I mean, it's a good question, Lael, because like that's part of my concern. I want to say is that like if we as collectors don't necessarily support this creature release, is that going to support the idea that maybe creatures don't sell, and then we wouldn't see some craziness down the line, like the Tauntauns, like you were saying, or the Mudhorn? For me, I was thinking about this guy because I want Queel in my collection. I think Queel's a cool little character, but I don't have any characters in my collection that are kind of like child size, if that makes sense. So I'm thinking that in order to kind of feel like I'm slotting it in appropriately, scale wise, Queel with a Blurrg would look more appropriate, if that makes sense. But I don't know. For me, I kind of go, such an all-star panel. You guys have all had such good points. I think if they had attracted buyers with a lower price point, it would have been more palatable. Because if I wanted one, I may even want two. True. But then like two, like $600, like Canadian, it's closer to $7. Like that's getting kind of ridiculous at this point for me. So I probably will stay away from this guy unless Queel by himself just doesn't look good in the collection. The only other thing that I'd be curious about with this guy is, if a lot of collectors kind of avoid him and he sits for a little while and, kind of slowly and eventually sells out, will he then become a grail? Yeah. Will it then become a chase figure? I don't know. You don't know. No. You guys know? You're like, hard no? I don't want it to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, for the record. But you never know. Hard to say.
It's a grail.
That's a good. I love it. You guys are like, hard no.
In 2 years, Brother Cousin's gonna have this on Good Morning Grails. Open it up.
Yeah, you will.
Right.
It's Robocop and then Blurrg.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Brother Cousins, I have to say, bro, like literally, Good Morning Grails is literally my favorite show to watch, thanks, bro. Awesome. Like, you see me, I was like, "Good morning, Grail."
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Definitely.
I love it, man. I just love it. It's definitely one of my favorite shows to watch, man. So I appreciate it. But you know what, guys? Literally, like the reason why I have Justin on this show is because he decided that he is going to buy everybody on this panel a Blurrg and Durasteel.
I love the amazing, man. You're amazing.
Wow. Bro, I can't believe you're going to do that.
Extremely generous.
Like, that was really generous. Thank you so much. Anyway, Justin,
Blurrg, I love it.
I am excited for his review. I will give it that. Yeah. I want to see it.
I'm more excited for the free shit.
I am not excited to film this at all. Not because I don't like Mando. I love Mando, right? Like I freaking love Mando, but it's so big.
Yeah.
Blurrg is so big. And reviewing big things, I've got a bad back. So, trying to bend down to hold this huge fish, it's tough. It's tough. But seriously,
picking up a baby,
he's really
It does look like a fish.
It's really big, right? I recently had an issue with my Mando display. I had so many troopers in here, and I'm like, why am I giving so much space to like random tertiary characters like troopers, and then like my main characters are like shoved in the back, and now there's this.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm gonna put this huge fish in the middle of the display, and it's real nasty looking with its like pink mouth and its long ass tail. So I'm going to review it fairly as I always do, because I'm sure people out there really like this and really want this thing to be awesome. But I am not. I'm 0% excited about the Blurrg. I'm so sorry. Even though I'm a huge Mando fan, I'm not interested in this thing at all.
Now, are you going to keep it?
I think it looks good though.
Probably just because when Queel comes out with his Blurrg, people want to see like the Blurrgs together. But I'm probably gonna pop it like in the storage unit right away. Like Boba's throne is awesome, but I could either have a throne or I could have like 4 figures standing there. So I don't unfortunately have the luxury of having enough space. I know some people have so much space to have like these huge sweeping dioramas with custom like buildings and whatnot, but I'm at a point where I'm like, I either put a chair in there or put a person in there. So I'm gonna go with the person. And the same thing with the fish. I either put the fish in there or I put like 10 main characters in there.
I think that's a
So,
pretty easy choice.
yeah, I think so.
He's gonna sell. Justin's gonna sell this, and if you guys didn't know, Justin has a secret eBay account. He sells the crap figures, and his name on eBay is Custon Jane.
Yeah.
Custon Jane sells crappy ass figures.
Bro, where the fuck do you come up with this shit? Bro?
Just off the cuff too. No preparation. Man.
I don't know. Let me go through these
Oh
super
my
chats
God.
real quick if my computer decides to act okay. We got a $5 super chat by Ash Chase. Looks like a singing fish. That's funny. Because it actually
It
does.
does. A really ugly one.
It really does look like a singing fish. So that is definitely funny. I think we had a few more in here, but I'll get to them like in a bit because, like I said, this computer is not really user friendly tonight, so I don't want to, kind of do too much with that. But okay, so this is what I want to talk about now, Justin, because you're going to actually help us usher this in. Really quick, because again, it was such a good event. What I liked about the event, it was how they put it on, like how basically it was displayed. It looked like a museum. You know what I mean? It looked like people were actually walking into like an art museum, like an exhibit.
I've got some stories to tell you that you're gonna absolutely love.
Okay.
About the setup for that event.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're just definitely going to jump into that because, like I said, I wanted to kind of talk about that and kind of get your take on your experience being there. And again, like just the whole setup process, your thoughts on it, because here's the thing is like we know that a lot of people, the main concern is prototype versus finished product. So we know that has been pretty much part of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
What I've seen so far of the Pennywise is amazing. I mean, not the Penny. What the Pennywise amazing too.
Will was like, "Are we going to start with Pennywise?" And Will was like,
Yeah. I was really hoping we would.
Everything that I've seen thus far with the Joker is completely amazing. We got 210 people in here watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and shout out to everybody on the panel. Subscribe to everybody here as well. But yes, that Joker looked amazing. Now we know that with certain lighting, you can't really see every single detail. Shout out to Riley for everything that he actually did because he killed that. Oilers reviews, thank you for that as well. And everybody who had a chance to really do it. Videos that InArt put out was incredible. But here you go with the okay, I just gotta put that up real quick. But come on, man, will y'all stop? Just
It's
stop.
not me, bro. Not me.
Anyway, Justin, what was like seriously, like was there like a plan of attack with InArt when it came to like putting this together? Because I know basically when they did this, they had the event, because I was bummed out that originally I was hoping that they would actually do it in New York at New York Comic Con.
Yes.
But they changed, of course, because again, they said that they wanted to kind of invite vendors, get in contact with a couple vendors. So it made more sense for them first off the block to do something a bit smaller, to make it a bit more intimate. So I do understand that. Would I have rather had them in New York? Hell yeah. But I understand, them doing it in Vegas and for what it was. What was the experience for you, man? Was it something that was it a welcoming experience? Did you have fun doing it, man?
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess should tell you how it came about. So I got an email from John. We know John. John is awesome.
Yeah.
He emailed me and he was like, "Hey, we're not going to New York Comic Con." And I had already told him that I had badges for New York Comic Con, and I actually did, but I didn't end up going. And he said, "We're not going to New York Comic Con, but we're doing this Vegas event. And are you interested in coming?" And I said, "First of all, planning to go to New York, so I don't think I could do both, unless you'll let me review the figures."
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Oh, that's interesting. Let me find out." So he spoke to the CEO, Jason, And turns out Jason was like, yeah, I watched that guy's videos on our Queen Studio stuff. Why not? Let's get it done. But I had to make my own way to New York. I mean, sorry, LA, and then Las Vegas. They didn't pay for anything. And that's when I approached Toys Wonderland. I know, controversial, but what can you do? I had to get there because I wanted to see the toys. That's just what you do. So I called him up. I'm like, bro, I want to go see these InArt figures. Maybe we can work something out where I say your website name, but not really affiliate you in any real way to
Right.
Studios.
Very smooth.
And not put your link anywhere, but maybe. And he was like, okay, I'll partially sponsor you. So we made an agreement and he gave me a little bit of cheddar. And then I got out there. So I flew out to Los Angeles 3 days before Las Vegas. So the plan was this. I fly out to LA. I have 2 days to film 7 videos. And that is not necessarily the easiest thing to do. That is the most amount of videos I've ever filmed in that short amount of time. So I was extremely worried that I wouldn't be able to make high quality content. I brought my light box out. I brought my mic. I brought tripods. I brought everything. And I met them at their Airbnb. They were staying in the Airbnb in Glendale. So I drove out to their Airbnb at 8 o'clock in the morning that first day. And we sat down and we said, okay, tell me about, I asked them, tell me about the figures, tell me about production. If there is anything that's not here or anything that's not quite final, let me know. And it's at that point that I made the decision to call everything a prototype. Because I don't want to call anything a final product until I know for sure and I have my own in hand. So I don't know if the ones that were there were, zhuzhed up a little bit. I don't know. So I was like, just to be on the safe side, I will just blanket rule. I'll just call everything a prototype until I'm proven otherwise.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And they were really courteous. I don't know if you've ever tried recording a review when people are watching you, but it's really awkward. So I was like, I'm gonna need y'all to leave so that I can record these. So they left for the whole day. I was there from 8 a.m. till like 6 p.m. And they came back, and then they were like, we're going to the NBA, so you better get out of here. So I did. And then the following day, I did the same thing. I got there at 8 o'clock in the morning. I recorded the rest of the stuff. And unfortunately, there were 2 figures that I recorded that were so early. The prototypes were so early that they didn't even have hands here. The eyes didn't move correctly or on one of them at all. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to release those videos because they're also only 3 minutes long because they didn't have half the stuff there. So I filmed 7 videos, but I only released 5, which was Sculpted Hair Joker, Rooted Hair Joker, Pennywise, Batman, and Gandalf.
Yeah,
and I was really impressed with what I saw, to be honest. And those guys were so freaking nice. Jason, the CEO, is so funny.
No, which one is Jason?
Jason's on the left, Johnny's on the right.
Okay.
But he is so funny. When we were in the car, we were going to a magic show. I really wanted to see a magic show when I was in Vegas. I told everyone at the van, I'm like, let's go to the fucking magic show. Why not? I've never seen a magic show before. I love magic, so I want to see a magic show. Anyway, I booked for the 3 of us to go to this magic show. And when we were sitting in the car, it was dead silent. And Jason CEO pops his head forward. He's in the back seat. Pops his head forward, and he's like, "Hi, Johnny. I'm Jason. I'm thirsty. How about you?" And I just died laughing. I do not know why I found that so funny. But the way he said it, he's like, "I'm Jason. I'm thirsty." I was like, "Oh my God, what is this guy?" And I was just dying. He looked at me. He's like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like,
because he's just trying to break the ice because it was too quiet.
He was, but anyway, setting up the event, I think they got a little bit mad at me because when I first got there, I was setting up the Nightmare Batman statue, and the magnets in the Nightmare Batman statue were really weak because it's a prototype. So when I took it out of the box, the boot fell off and hit the base, and it made the loudest crack sound that I had ever heard. Nothing broke, but the CEO turned to me and he was like, "Hey, why don't you go and do the figures?" to us. And I was like,
"It's like, you're done here. You're done."
He's like, "Yeah, you're
finished. Get over there. Just go and do that." So
You're
I
good.
did. But 10 minutes before the event started, we weren't there because the Tom Holland Spidey bust, when we took it out of the case, the hair was all flat and it looked awful. It looked absolutely awful. So John came to me because I was the only one with a car there. They had a van. They said, Justin, will you drive with me to a hairdresser, a salon, with this bust and ask them to style the hair for Tom Holland? And I said, this is the weirdest request I've ever done. Fucking go. So we took this life-size Tom Holland bust. We were walking down the streets of Vegas with this life-size Tom Holland. People were screaming. People were taking photos. They were like, what the fuck is that? Can we get a photo? They were taking photos. And I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, Johnny, we do not have time. You need to ignore them. We need to just go. And we ran from salon to salon. Nobody would take it. They were like, what the hell is that? People were like, we don't want to touch that. Some were like, we don't have time to touch it. And I said to John, I'm like, John, offer to pay for everyone's haircut in here. And he was like, I'm not going to do that. It's too expensive. I'm like, fuck. So
Oh my god, dude.
we went to a Walgreens and we bought a hairdryer. We bought like a hairspray thing and like a comb. And in the end, we got back like 10 minutes before the event had already started. And we sat on the floor and we styled the hair of this Tom Holland bust. One of the weirdest experiences I've ever had. But it was so fun. And we got there, we put him on display. And then we started mingling. But oh my God.
I have a question for you, Justin.
Yes, Carlos. Yes.
Is it possible for on Saturday before the event for anyone before 6 p.m., I don't know, let's say around 12 o'clock or so, for anyone
I know Riley snuck in.
I was like, really?
You could have just messaged me, Riley. You could have come and helped me set up, son. I don't know
Dude,
what
I
you're
walked
doing.
in the front. I asked the lady. I was like, "Can I go check it out?" And he was like, "Yeah." I went upstairs.
Justin,
no one
what
was
kind
there.
of what kind of prison sentence is Riley looking at for that?
I don't know. We had a security guard there, Riley. So I'm glad he didn't catch you because he was no
no
joke.
one was there.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
damn!
know.
Nobody was there.
Yeah, I guess like they said they were getting lunch or something. So I was like, "Oh
Riley,
shit!"
Riley
I'm
just
not-
got that guy just
were
got
getting
fired.
I was like, "I'm
Okay,
not supposed to be
nice.
here, so I'm gonna leave," and I just did.
We were having lunch with the Secret Compass owner guy. He was like, I don't know who the fuck you are, and I was like, okay. But he was nice enough. We had lunch, and it was just downstairs on the second floor. But there was pretty much no security. We had a guard guy there, but like,
How'd you know
he was-
Riley snuck in though?
Someone told me. I forget who told me.
It was well known, Riley. It was well known.
Yeah.
I'm
Someone
gonna
told
be
me,
in
Riley.
criminal sentence any minute. So
And
thank
to be
you.
fair,
Thank you,
snuck
Carlos.
in is an exaggeration. He literally just gave his ticket and
just
walked
walked
in.
in.
I literally just walked up the stairs and I was like, "Oh, no one's here. Shit, I should
They were,
probably leave."
yeah, they were like, "Where do you want the table stuff?" Riley was like, "I don't know." Like,
Yeah, I just went up there and I was like, "Okay."
Dude, it was pretty funny because Riley will send us photos, right? And then I'll be like, okay, cool. And then he's like, yeah, let me take a photo with the Batman. I was like, Riley, you're incriminating
What?
yourself.
I saw it and then I was like, "Okay." Someone asked to put the
Hey,
furniture
why not?
somewhere. I was like, "I'm leaving. I'm just gonna go." I
Yo.
just dipped.
Oh my God, that's so funny. But
So-
seriously, it was fun. It was really
Yeah.
fun. I don't think I'll be doing this again though, because it was your country is so expensive. It's so expensive. It's so expensive. And I didn't even buy
mean-
Because we're the best.
I didn't
We're
even
the
buy
best.
any
The
figures.
best.
that, well, that's
Oh my God.
I mean, Justin, I mean, it's
Yeah.
just the way it is, bro. You know,
Yep.
you can't help it, man. But I will say this
Yeah.
piece right here, bro, like
You like that pose?
this Joker,
pretty good.
Yeah,
like
pretty damn good.
it's pretty damn good, bro. I'm not
was
gonna
fantastic.
front. It is pretty damn good. Is it now? Like again, because like I saw some of like the, everybody that was talking about this figure. Some of the remarks were, the shoulder. They didn't make the shoulders broad enough. The hair isn't laying proportionally the way it should. One of the things that like I said, I was impressed about that you addressed in the review was the articulation. That's what I was happy about. And it looked like it
Good.
really, really articulated well. The ratcheted knees, I was happy about that because again, I was
Sturdy.
afraid that over time, even with the magnetic platform, that it would, lean I was happy that the purple coat, does basically flex because, somebody like Brother Cousins, who's a pimp, he's really, really articulate. He wants to make sure, like, especially anything that's purple, I mean, that's his color. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you want to make sure it's on point for him once you get it in his hand. But no, I love the details of this piece. Now, again, can you lay? All right, so there's a lot of worries and a lot of concerns. I know that there are. Does anybody on the panel right now about this figure have any questions to Justin? Anything that they want to ask him now that he's here?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You didn't take this Joker to the salon, right?
No, I did not take the
I think he can do that himself. It's not a life-size bust. So.
Well, I mean, because this is $1,000. I do not have a salon budget for my toys.
No. Okay, so the hairstyling was something that they brought up. So I don't know if you saw a photo of the package, but the heads come packaged separately in the clear containers. So apparently, the way that it's going to work is the head sculpts are going to come pre-styled. This is the ideal situation. You won't have to do anything. They're not going to have that stupid plastic wrap around the head like what Hot Toys do with rooted hair. It's going to come pre-styled. All you have to do is pop it on the body, which is there's a magnetic neck connector. So it's a magnet, slide it on, done.
That's awesome.
And you'll see in the review, when I remove that back panel to move the eyes and I put it back on, the hair suddenly isn't like huge and floofy, and it's quite, I don't want to say rigid, but I guess that's the best word that I can use to describe it. It's clearly real rooted hair and really fine rooted hair, but the product that they have in it gives it that wavy look, and it's quite sturdy. Like it didn't want to go everywhere. I mean, like you can see that one, because of the coat, it kind of pushed it up a little, and that's my bad. I should have futzed it more. But still, like the general shape is quite sturdy.
Okay.
Especially up the top, how it kind of folds over like that. I didn't have any instances where it wanted to not be there. So
yeah.
So
I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I keep hearing on some streams that InArt is probably using just a standard body. There's a custom body for this figure, right?
Absolutely. So I felt them all. I don't know. But Joker has this sort of like this, this like the stoop that he has, how he's kind of like hunched just a little.
No, show us.
And that's not padding. Show us.
Just like that.
Like that.
It's not padding. I didn't feel much padding at all, and you can very clearly see on like Pennywise, that guy is big as hell. It's like tall and lanky, whereas Batman is like the proportions on that spot on, and the body, while it has the same style of ratcheted knees and double bent elbows, they are not using the exact same body for everyone. Like you can tell when you all start getting yours, you'll be able to tell that it doesn't feel like a normal Hot Toys body. It feels quite substantially different.
So like in this pose here with the magnets, you don't feel nervous or scared like it's going to tip over or anything. It's secure, really secure at this point. Okay.
Those magnets were quite strong.
Justin, I got a question for you.
Yes, Aries. Yes.
You've done a million reviews on the pegs, wrist pegs, stuff like that. What was your impression dealing with the magnets? Did it put a giant smile on your face? What do you think
I
about
love
that
magnets,
innovation?
I know I love magnets. But the way it works is the magnets are not really there for like to replace a wrist peg. They're just at the end of the wrist peg. They're more of like, the best way I can describe it is, with a Hot Toys wrist peg, how they have that little mushroom tip on the end that sort of clamps it on.
Pops in, and which is dangerous because it can break at any time. Yeah.
Right.
This just replaces that. So the wrist pegs, even if you didn't have magnets there, because there were those little fins that sort of gripped onto the hand, it was already sturdy enough. The magnets were just there for like added security, if you will. But the wrist pegs were functionally just similar to a Hot Toys wrist peg, just slightly bigger, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Gotcha,
That's awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We got a question out here real quick. I'm going to get some of these people in here, like some of these
This
chat.
question, I've had this question so many times about the magnets.
Yeah, like that's one of the major questions. Lael, is there a concern the magnetic system may fail over time? What do you think about that, Justin?
I mean, usually magnets are pretty like they either work or they don't work. I don't think they get weaker. So I think you'll be okay. Yeah, I think you will be okay, Charlie. But I'm not sure if he's referring specifically to the base or like the wrist pegs. But either way, the magnets on the wrist pegs aren't really what's holding the hand on anyway. They're just there as like a bit of added insurance. And as for the base, there were multiple magnets. Like there was some at the front, some in the middle, some at the back. So like I did with the walking pose, one foot is at the front, one foot is at the back, but they're both magnetized. So it was...
So the magnets are throughout the entire base. Like you can pose it in certain ways and the magnet will keep...
It's not just one spot, like a cross grabber. Like,
you know what?
The cross grabber, it's one spot. Yeah.
Thank you, because that was...
Man.
So just imagine, that's what I'm saying, no more crotch grabber, because which is going to really make it interesting for that Batman figure, especially for people that want to pose that figure on that base. Like it's going to make perfectly good sense to have that magnetized a certain way where, it moves, the fluidity of the figure is there. You can see it. And that, I mean, again, man, like I hate that crotch grabber so bad. I hate the waist grabber. Like literally the waist grabber that I have on Ahsoka, I hate. Yes. I hate that thing so bad. Like it just like because it feels like because I don't know. All right, and I don't know if anybody else had this problem, but I had this problem with Ahsoka. The belt buckle popped off once. Like it literally popped off. I had to fix it, but it popped off because if you move it a certain way, like it's not even moving it too much, but it pops. And I was worried about the waist grabber around it if it would kind of mess with it a bit. And that's why I'm hoping that they adopt this. Because I definitely don't. I mean, with this magnet, it's definitely on point. I'm glad that they're, using this technology. It makes a lot of sense. So I'm definitely happy about that. We got any more questions out there? Any more questions on the panel? You got any questions?
Justin, does the Joker have a magnet on his backside so he can sit down? Is that a thing? Is there a butt magnet?
A magnet booty.
Because they're talking about innovation.
That's a fair question.
That's a booty.
That's fair.
It's
fair.
You're a booty player.
Wow. Oh my god. I couldn't feel any booty magnets.
No booty magnets.
But the bench.
So you felt the ass.
Metal.
I get it.
He felt it.
He's
He
metal.
felt it.
You felt it.
Yeah, there was. I felt something. That's for sure.
Whoa.
Excitement.
Mushroom tip.
Oh my god! Wow.
It had to be ass. I mean, the booty.
I know.
So.
It definitely had to be ass. But the bench is metal, so I don't know if you want to add some booty magnets, maybe.
Maybe in the pants. Yeah.
Let's
Just some
customize.
optional,
I'm assuming the booty is
optional.
custom too.
His
though,
feet
so.
are magnetized though, so even though he's sitting, he's still like,
So he doesn't need a booty
unless you
magnet,
give him
is
a
what
kick.
you're
I don't think he's going.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
He doesn't need one.
All right. So I mean, all in all, like I said, you were happy with this piece. Like you're happy with, and you think that everybody.
I don't want to look
happy.
at my DX11 anymore. I
don't think
get that thing out of here.
Oh no.
You don't think the DX11 is better?
Oh, I mean, if you do, then that's good. But when I got back and I opened up my suitcase, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was really hoping that they would surprise me and be like, here you go, here's your own one. And I'll be like, no, how am I supposed to take this on the plane? Because the box is bigger than me. But they didn't, unfortunately. I'm like, damn. But I've already pre-ordered one anyway. So I've got it coming. When it does come, I don't know when that is. A lot of people also ask me, like, when's it shipping? And I'm like, I don't know where you ordered from, and I don't know when they're going to receive it. So I don't know. It'll come when it comes. But they did say that they have already produced 2,000 units. I don't know if I was allowed to say that, but I said it anyway.
We love it. We love to hear it.
Okay, so we got
Which
a
figure is your favorite of the bunch? Also, glad to see all these pimps on the panel. Much love.
No one here is a pimp. Let's just call it what it is.
Well,
only one pimp.
Brother cousins.
Exactly.
Only brother cousin. One
Exactly.
pimp.
Nah,
One
bro.
pimp and his brother cousin.
Well, you're single. Shut up.
Yeah, bro. That don't mean that I'm not pimping, bro. Come on.
Wow.
So Justin,
that's
what's the favorite, man?
I think the Batman, honestly, that was my biggest
Hey,
surprise. And
no.
a lot of people said that
There
at the
you go.
event too. They were like, I came here for Joker, but that
I-
Batman, damn.
I said
I
that
agree.
Batman was a shit. And Will didn't
I think
listen.
it's
Bro,
the most realistic looking one.
There's
It's
one
so
answer to
good.
this question.
Oh yeah, which
We
one?
know
Which one
what
will I
it
imagine?
is.
Dude, it's not
Is it the Bruce Wayne? Is it the
It's
Bruce Wayne?
yeah, it's a Bruce Wayne. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, nice.
No, it's Pennywise, bro. Like those two head sculpts, they're both Grails.
They're not though.
Yes,
Kiko
they are.
said
Just the head sculpt.
Just head sculpts. Justin told me the teeth are sharp as razors. Like
Oh,
those teeth
yes.
are super sharp.
Really?
Yes.
So I was told the way that they cast those teeth is some kind of inverse mold, and the yield on the batch is so low that they only get 1 out of every 10. So that they have to throw out 9 castings just to get 1.
Wow.
So that's
Dang.
how low the production on those teeth are. So that's how hard it is to get them so sharp. Because the Hot Toys one is like, you know, it's not like, it's just not like that. So
Yeah.
they're very, very, very sharp. So I'm very impressed that they're willing to go through that amount of wastage. Hopefully they can, you know.
Speaking
figure
of
that out in the future.
Pennywise, is the hair like? Cause it's rooted hair, so it's
Yeah.
like the hair like stiff in place, or
Yes.
is it like something that you don't have to worry about over time?
It's
Kind
solid.
of messing up.
It was pretty solid.
Okay.
I couldn't tell. I gave it a bit of a, you know, bit of a squish. Couldn't tell.
Bro.
Bit of a switch. It's a lot of clipping
I
and touching.
couldn't
Yeah,
tell.
this is gonna be clipped out of context, no doubt.
Of course it will. Of course it will. I
Justin's
couldn't
on a
tell if the hair was like just a thin layer over a sculpted like shape, or if it was
Yeah.
just all hair. Because it like the shape of it is surely that would be quite hard to accomplish if that was all hair. But I couldn't tell just by feeling it. Someone I'm sure will like, you know, tear it open and find out.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I didn't do that. This one I'm talking about, the other one is just quite clearly, you know, his hair's straight back, so that was all hair.
Focus.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Somebody said focus out in the chat, so I had to kind of.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
Whenever somebody says focus out in the chat, it's you know. You can go ahead. Sorry about that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that is all. It was quite.
Just-
This one was quite solid. The other one was more free flowing. The locks, you know.
They were- okay.
Justin, really quick question. Really quick
Yes,
one
sir.
there, Rael. So
Yeah, go-
2 quick questions for the Joker. One, I know.
But I got
It's
two.
Canadian. It's a Canadian one, okay? Real quick, do you know if they're going to include any like hairstyling instructions or anything like that, or product recommendations or anything like that for the rooted hair? And I've been trying to avoid buying the DX19 with the slightly larger body. I still have my DX12 with the custom cowl and all the good stuff. Do you think this Joker is going to look kind of big in comparison to my DX12 or even my original Hot Toys Bane?
Yeah.
Skies-wise.
It will definitely because you saw in the review scaled next to DX19
With the
is just
DX19.
perfect.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was worried about.
But I guess if they did make it any smaller, then it would be too small alongside more modern 1/6 stuff. So I think their sizing is about right. As for hair products, I actually have, I don't know, there's no branding on it anyway. I don't know why I'm looking around. They ideally don't want you to do anything because their worry is if you have to do something, then you might make it worse and then you might not like it. So they don't want you to do anything, but there was a product that they were using, and there is a product that I use. Hold on, let me look it up.
Wouldn't you get dry?
Water-based. It's a water-based hair product that's specifically for synthetic and doll hair, and it's awesome. And there's no smell to it, because that's one thing that I like. I don't want to use people hair product because it smells, you know, like something.
Right.
You don't want it to open your cabinet and you get this whiff of, you know, this toxic chemical stuff.
Right.
What the fuck do you think we use?
So,
And do you ever have to like wash it out and reapply? Like I can't imagine holding my Joker over the
hold
sink
it
and
under the
trying to like
faucet.
wash his little head. You know what I mean?
No.
Close your
Will-
eyes, Joker.
Good to know.
Will has the Will has the Queen Studios 3rd scale Joker, and he can probably tell you the hair on that, it feels very similar to the hair on that. And Will, have you ever had to, you know,
I
hold
don't
over
trust
a
Will
base
for his
to-
hair advice.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, Ben. That's pretty good.
I'm
Or
glad
shaving.
someone said it.
Justin,
I'm glad
shaving.
someone
Oh,
said
Will.
it.
Did have the third scale Joker. Now I have
Oh.
quarter scale Joker. So, but no.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, you don't got to worry about hair with that.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Let's
look at
go. All right. Anyway, yeah, but the quarter scale Joker, I do have that, the artist edition. I had to do nothing to the hair. It's perfect.
It's like that.
Mhm.
Cool. That's good to know.
Yeah,
Cool.
nothing.
Thanks.
Called-
Thank you.
What?
It's called Dolphy, Dollfie, water wax. That is specifically made for dolls and synthetic hair, like for figures. And it's water based, and there's no smell. And y'all can get it in the US, but I can't get it here. And I'm really pissed off because I had to import it. Bob Dylan helped me sneak it over the, through customs.
Gotcha.
But it's the best stuff that I found, and it smells like nothing. And that's my big OCD thing. I don't want it to
Nice.
smell like anything. You know.
But you know,
Manly
speaking of
parts.
purple, real quick, we just wanted to address everybody. Like
Oh my
from
God.
watching
Oh,
this show,
shit.
everybody out there
Yeah.
audience gets a free bottle of candy. This is candy for the Black Pimp and you. Yes,
Wow.
Lord, candy. And on top of that, if you want to hold the glove, if you want to hold this candy, this bottle of candy, and you don't want any fingerprints on it, you will also get a complimentary
Wow.
pair of
Damn.
candy, custom
What
gloves.
is going
Yes,
on?
for the love.
This looks like when we were at Vegas.
All day,
Vegas.
definitely embrace them cheeks. So I
What
just-
about Riley's?
These are the
shirt?
2.0s right here. You got the
I have
winter
those-
versions.
2.0s.
These are the winter versions.
I'm glad you guys
Extra
are
grip.
innovating.
I had those
Extra
Oh my
grip.
God.
I
Extra
needed
grip.
those.
If she
Thank you,
thick, you need extra grip. There you go.
Oh my god! Wow.
Big two.
Now I had a super chat I want to actually bring up here real quick. It was from Fig Fates. He said, let's see here, because this is one of his questions. Y'all probably see it before I do because this computer's dumb.
Did it seem like the rooted head would get ruined over time by excessively changing the eyes? Depends how you access that panel. If you're like grabbing it and wrangling it, then maybe. But if you're a little bit more careful and you just wedge underneath, then I think you'll be okay. But like how? Yeah, I don't know how often you want to.
Justin has an aggressive side. I see it.
Yeah, if you're a bit rough with it, then maybe.
Roughly.
But if you're a little gentle, then you'll be all right.
Pick all the good things.
Definitely, man.
I can't wait for people to get these things so that most of these questions will be answered by
I
themselves.
know.
We got
that
a
Joker?
question. I think we got one from S Beam too. He says, did they happen to tell you why the full list of figures weren't there from the list they had? Were they just not ready? I heard Aragorn was present.
Yes. Okay. So, a lot of people are saying that I broke Aragorn because they posted that it was damaged in transit. I didn't break it. I promise.
You pulled the hair too hard.
I
bro.
saw Aragorn, but like none of his accessories were there. And yeah, apparently something was damaged. I don't know about that, but I promise you, I did not break it. As far as I'm aware, I did not snap its head off or anything. Black Adam, they said that they were going to have it there, but apparently the team was working until like 4 o'clock in the morning the night before, trying to 3D print all of the pieces for the body because it's a prototype. It's 3D printed, resin 3D printed, makes sense, or ABS maybe.
Yeah.
But it just literally was not ready.
Yeah.
So all of the stuff that I had on the list that wasn't there apparently is going to be in Thailand in a few days, 26th, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, next week. So I
Well,
guess we
Justin.
will see. We will see.
I have a question.
Yes.
I think the Pennywise, Joker, and this Batman look really good sculpt wise. Well, not the Bruce Wayne, that looks pretty bad, but the Aragorn. What do you think, in your opinion, the sculpt from what you saw? Do you think it was pretty good? Are we gonna get another Bruce Wayne? What do you think?
So I saw the sculpted hair version. There's going to be a
Yeah.
rooted hair version as well. But the sculpted hair version I saw was so early that the eyes did not move yet. So I thought it looked great, to be honest. I've only seen the first half of the first movie, so I don't have like this deep love for Lord of the Rings. So I have no reason to be biased about the character. I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
And I think it looked pretty good, to be honest.
Okay. Hey,
But
thank you.
we will see with the rooted. I think the rooted hair will make a big difference because it's long, right? His hair's
Right.
pretty long.
Mhm.
So I reckon that's going to make a big difference. As for Bruce Wayne, I thought he looked good, but there was one issue. The eyes didn't really push in far enough, so there was a bit of a gap, which left a deep shadow in the eyes. And unless you were close up, it didn't look 100%. But apparently, they're working on like a new prototype. So
I mean,
guess-
to be fair, when the Gandalf didn't look that good, and then in your video it looked pretty good, you know. So yeah,
I'll
I could
take
see
pretty
why.
good. Thank you.
Yeah.
So with this version of Batman, like I said, I mean, because I know one of the biggest talks was the head sculpts. One being sculpted, one rooted, and also people were concerned about the tint
The
of
green tint. Yes.
the green tint. Now, was that due to just the lighting?
No. It is slightly green,
It's the
but
green
that
tint.
is
Yeah.
accurate.
Yeah. Now, see, when I watched the movie, because everything was so dark,
You can't
it
tell,
was
yeah.
slightly hard to
Right.
tell. As far as the suit, it's accurate, but as far as the shade of it, it's hard to tell because the movie is so dark. You know what I mean? So, I got to go back and look at that again. But the green, I mean, if you're saying it's accurate, then that's a pretty dope look. I mean, I guess it's just because, like I said, it's we're seeing it lit up. Now, as far as the head sculpts, rooted versus the sculpted. Is there any cause for concern? Because I know a lot of people were concerned about it. That was one of the biggest conversations, that the comparison between the Bruce Wayne compared to the Batman was better because of the black under the eyes, but the Bruce Wayne version of it, because you said, with the eyes and stuff like that, that it looked a bit, it didn't really look as authentic as it should be. Is that something that they're working on right now for everyone who wants it and might be getting the 2-pack?
Honestly, I wish that I could show you the footage that I shot close up, because it actually looks way better up close than it did from the pictures at the event. But yeah, they politely asked me not to show any footage, and they said that they're still tweaking and working on it. So I felt secure enough in the other products that I saw that were further along, that when they do have a further along prototype for Bruce Wayne, that I will then shoot it and then I will show that one, because nobody's interested in a super early prototype that's not anywhere near close to what you're getting.
Right.
So
just show us after the stream. We're good.
Yeah, nice.
Sure. So I will definitely be shooting more for Bruce Wayne, and then hopefully that will answer a lot of questions, because right now people are asking me like daily, like with the comments like, "Oh, Bruce Wayne's next," and I'm like, I really wish it was, but no.
You wanted to. Yep.
I really want. I told Riley while I was there, I was like, I fucking love that Bruce Wayne, but it doesn't photograph well currently, and they didn't announce it that long ago, so it kind of makes sense that it's not close to final like the other ones were.
Right.
So let me ask the most important question when it comes to this Batman. Were there people in the room that were addressing their concerns about a Selena Kyle?
Yes. So I'm not sure if someone took some video of the presentation after that was in the cinema after, but people specifically asked them in the Q&A session, more characters, and the answer to Selena Kyle and Riddler, those were the two that were requested. They said they are currently speaking to Warner Brothers for a global license, because right now it's just China.
Okay.
Right.
When and if they get the US license, then they will do Catwoman and Riddler.
Right.
But right now, the Chinese market for the Batman isn't big enough, they feel, to extend to those other characters. But when they get the global license, then they will feel more confident in doing more. And some of the stuff that I saw that I wish I could talk about is pretty exciting. And I've been saying that companies need to do for years. And finally, they're like, when we get the global license, this is the stuff that we're working on. This is what we want to put out. And I'm like, damn. Yes.
So, in other words, with the Batman
Comic pieces.
This with this particular version, it's not as popular over in the Hong Kong market, and they're worried about just distribution as far as like people pre-ordering, picking up this figure, and if it's going to be something that isn't well received. So because of that, that's why they're not really producing too many other figures from the IP right now.
Global license means more diverse characters and it's Warner Brothers license, right? So that means anything in the pantheon of Warner Brothers, including video games, including comics, including animated stuff. So if it's Warner Brothers and they get the global license, they can do it. And there's one thing in particular I'm really excited about, and it's comic book based, and they want to do it in 1/6, and it looks fucking incredible.
You're not allowed to tell us what it is.
I mean, I don't know if I should, but y'all know my favorite Batman comic is Dark Knight Returns. So yeah,
just leave it at that. Just leave it at that.
And this is, of course, the Gandalf that and talking about. I know this is the one that Brother Cousins wanted to pick up. He hit me up after he saw it. It was like, yo, I'm getting this. But I mean, again, I mean, this is the one. So did they tell you that you had to leave the hat on?
I asked Jason, the CEO, because we did the pose before the event, and I said, what do you think of this? Should I take the hat off? And he said, well, people probably want to see as much stuff on him as we can. The brown robe, the bag, the sword in the sheath, on the belt, the hat, the staff. So I was like, okay, I'll just put everything on. But I did think that maybe we should take the hat off so people could see the hair. But then I had the video coming out anyway, so I was like, they'll get to see it in the light box. But now I kind of regret not taking the hat off because people are like, damn, the hat is riding up high. I'm like, yes, I know, it's my fault.
Yeah, I mean, it was all right.
It was fun. The CEO did say when I published my videos, I asked him, what do you think? He's like, it's okay. And I was like, oh, damn. Okay.
It's okay.
And then Johnny was like, no. In China, okay or like standard means good. And I was like, oh, right. Like that's like the maximum compliment you can get is like,
right,
okay, or like standard. And I was like,
that was like the only compliment they want to give you right at that point. It was like, yeah, it's good.
It's okay. It's okay. I was like, oh, okay. Thank you.
So how much do you love your son? He's okay.
It sounds like the experience there was pretty good. Like it was, you had a good time there. And again, like I mean, it's
magic show. I mean, come on.
Yeah, in a magic show. But I think the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because, like I said, there was a lot of chatter around the community, prototype versus, just the actual finished product. And labeling it that, but you'd explain that they, kind of flip flopping between, prototype and.
If they're not sure and I'm not sure, it's a prototype. That's just what I thought. I was like, okay, you're still working out what's final. Like the Joker was a final production piece, but the box wasn't. The box was like a handmade mock-up thing. So I was like, okay, well, the Joker figure itself is final, but the box isn't.
The box that it was in isn't. Mm-hmm. So that display box that we seen was not.
I'm pretty sure it's going to look like that, but that was like the handmade one of a kind thing, and it's a big boy. It's a big boy.
Right. Okay. So even with the we saw like the production box, like what the art box is going to look like. That's the actual art box for it.
That's what they want it to look like.
They only just made one. Yeah.
They just made one so far. So that's, I assume, what they've given to the factory. And it's like, hey, bro, make this thing out of cardboard. And they're like, okay, it's a big honking triangle, but let's do it. It's a very interesting box. But the standard edition with the sculpted hair that I reviewed, that box was just like, you saw it in the review. It's just a normal, just a normal rectangle. It's nothing crazy, but the deluxe one is this big honking triangle thing.
Okay. So that I know that one of the biggest concerns now with that box, and
I
now
know.
now
I
the
said it
extra
too. Shipping. I said it too.
shipping
Yeah.
is going to whoop people's ass depending.
It's heavy too because that diorama is metal. So
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
and the bench is metal and the floor is wood. So yeah, that boy's gonna be pricey. But when they get the global license and if they sell like direct, then that I don't know could maybe alleviate some of those problems.
Mm.
Right.
Now,
right.
here's the thing.
Yes,
So when we look now again, I got mine through Toys Wonderland, like because I got it at a very cheap price when they put it up. I
Okay.
got it at that price. I snuck in and got that price before they changed it. I ain't gonna lie, I got it. But on the shipping, it said I think North America like 120. I think 120 or 100 and whatever. Now, because they had it labeled there, and this is what we see, are they going to stick with that?
Don't ask me, Lau. I don't know. I hope so.
I'm hoping they do. I'm just saying.
Can
I'm
you
hoping
imagine
they do.
if the price goes to like $300 or $400? The comment section in my video is like,
Oh,
Justin,
come
you
on.
motherfucker! How dare you? And I'm like,
It's actually accurate. Yeah.
I got you.
it is very accurate.
Yeah.
So,
Justin,
real
you
quick,
motherfucker.
because I wanted to bring this up real quick, and
Yes.
because all these talks about this, finished products versus prototype, and people's fears. Their worst fear is when we receive this stuff. Still, even though we saw it, we saw
They
the
think it's going to be made of chopsticks and cotton wool. I think.
exactly. So
Yeah.
I wanted to actually pull this up real quick. This is pretty much the last piece here. I wanted to talk about this. Patience being a virtual. You know what I mean? Like it is. Patience is a virtual for anything. We experience the same thing like when we get, our figures through, Hot Toys. Like for instance, I just got my notification that right now my Echo is going to be shipping. Now I've seen everybody else's, I've seen everybody else's videos and stuff like on it, but I'm still not going to know until I get it in hand. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Once I get it in hand, that's when I'll know whether or not that piece is on point. Same as it would be for like Joker. You know what I mean? You're not going to know, once you get it in hand. Like, and I think that people need a bit more patience about it. Or with that piece, I'm gonna start with you first, brother Cousins. What do you think about, again, like I said, we know there's concerns. We know that there's basically concerns out in the community about this. Do you think it's one of them things where like right now we just have to kind of like we've seen, what they're labeling now? They're still saying the Joker, what they're teetering between prototype and finished product. I think it looks like it's finished. It looks decent. But is it one of those things that we just still need? Because like when I talked to you, Justin, you said they're not planning on like we won't see this actually shipped out for like a couple weeks, like not until like maybe
They've
no.
already made 2,000, so they're trying to decide what the because Queen Studios they always have will attest to this. They release in batches, so and it's not like a Hot Toys like first batch, second batch. It's like here's 2,000, here's 1,000. Like they just whenever they're ready and they think that they've made enough, they'll just get them out the door.
Gotcha.
So they made 2,000. They told me that they'll start shipping within a month or two. So Q4 was their deadline, and they're pretty confident that that first batch will be Q4 100% because Johnny and Jason are very, very well aware of all the comments. Like they're not blind and they're not stupid. So when they say people like, let's see Queen Studios deliver and let's see them ship this thing on time, it's going to be delayed for sure. They're like, no. We are not delaying. We need to get this guy out the door so that those people who are commenting all that stuff will be like, okay, these boys clearly know what's up. We need to deliver on time. So they are very, very well aware that people want to see them not succeed. And they're like, no, fuck that. We're going to get this thing in your hands.
I'm assuming they watch everyone's stream then.
Yeah,
They do. They watch the streams. They look at the comments.
Hi, John.
Yeah. John. Hey, John.
I want to bounce back to you real quick. Patience being the virtual, bro. Like, I mean, do you think that in this, present day, especially with these pieces, high-end pieces that we're paying for and seeing that Joker, that, people just now have to just wait? You know, we're seeing product, we're seeing what can be deemed almost as finished product. Do you think this is like a matter of just waiting it out and just seeing how it's going to be instead of just drawing a conclusion automatically right now? Just wait, once you get it, then decide.
Yeah, look, we've been saying it all the time that InArt had to knock this out of the park. They had a lot riding, especially on this Joker. And it looks like they did it. It looks like they did. I mean, if that's what I get in hand looking at that, prototype, or they say it's final. I mean, they pulled it right off the presses. Hey, it looks good. It looks damn good. I mean, I'm happy with it. If that's what I get, I'm happy with it. As long as that's what it is. But yeah, it really depends on. I mean, you gotta wait, and that's just what it is. We said the same thing about Ahsoka, and I mean, yeah, Ahsoka had some crazy eyes, but I think all in all, the figure came out. It was executed well, and I think that's just what it comes down to. We just have to. I don't mind waiting as long as you knock it out the park.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. If you knock it out the park, I'm cool. I feel the same way. That's what I'm hoping. What's going to happen with Bo-Katan when we get Bo-Katan? I hope they knock it out the park. And that's why we've been waiting. That they're really updating the head sculpt. But back to the InArt figures, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. They look good. That Joker looks. I don't think anybody can complain anything about that Joker. I think it's hands down. It really looks good. It really looks good.
Yeah, man, definitely. Aries, what do you think about that, man? Like, just, I mean, because we can equate even like not just InArt, like we've been saying, like some of these Star Wars figures, and we know like there's a heavy delay on the figures that we've been wanting for like the longest time, such as Ahsoka, such as Bo-Katan, such as for me, like those figures, but also I'm still waiting on my Wonder Woman 1984. I still want that figure. You know what I mean? Like, again, it's one of those situations where I do rather wait as long as I know they're going to get it right instead of rushing it, you know what I mean, and end up having issues where it's just questionable. What you think?
Well, I think you truly can't ultimately really appreciate and understand any of these figures at this level until you get it in hand and you have that holy frack moment. This is incredible. And just like Justin was saying, and Justin, I watched your videos on these pieces. These pieces are absolutely unbelievable, next level stuff with the innovation that they put in there. Huge Lord of the Rings fan. That damn Gandalf is creepy, spooky. It's Ian McKellen, baby.
Yeah.
The rooted hair that you're talking about, next level stuff that actually has structure, not like the Force Awakens Chewbacca. It's amazing what they're doing. So look, they already, like Just was saying, they made 2,000 already of the Joker. Is it possible that these are looking just like this? And I say yes.
Yeah.
Have patience to probably you're going to like it even better than what you're saying. But honestly, I think that they're doing all the right things. They flew Justin down. They show with these figures. They're not, they're putting everything here on display. And as everybody's been so excited about these, I don't think that there's anything else that can be done without it being spelled out for you. That these are next level figures that look absolutely amazing. Have the patience, enjoy. You put the pre-orders down. You're in good hands. You're excellent. You're going to love these things. And I think the main thing is patience for me is seeing what they're going to announce next and then getting excited with that and then seeing if they could get, can you even imagine? Is it possible that they could get a Star Wars license in the years to come?
Ooh, I can
Holy
answer
crap, baby.
Oh, you can?
So, yeah, they will never, according to me, they will never be able to get that license for two reasons. Number one, Sideshow. They have such a strong relationship. The guy who owns Sideshow and the guy in charge of licensing at Disney, specifically for Star Wars, they used to work at Toy Biz together, like years and years. They are so tight. That relationship will never break down.
Wow.
So with Sideshow having such a vested interest in Hot Toys in that license, the whole question was, apparently when they met with Disney, how are you going to bring us a new market? We don't want just more of the same, because if they're making 1/6 scale Stormtroopers and Hot Toys are making 1/6 scale Stormtroopers, you're not expanding the market. You're just making more in the same market. That's not what Disney's interested in. Same thing with DC. That's why we're seeing the higher price point and the rooted hair and the magnetic stuff, is because that's a new tier. That's a completely different segment of collectors who are potentially doing the statue stuff, but also interested in figures. So that they expanded. But as long as Hot Toys has that iron grip with Sideshow on the Star Wars and the Disney stuff, I don't think that's going to happen. But I don't think that I want to see more Star Wars, just because there's so much. We were just talking about a 1/6 scale fish that Mando. Like, if they're going that deep, let Hot Toys go that deep and give us the Paul Atreides from Dune. Sorry, I almost said Dune, because the Australian thing. From Dune, and
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, I don't want it, because I don't.
Well, Justin, if there's not a chance that they would do that because of the grip you're saying Sideshow has, with all this innovation.
Sideshow, don't sue me, please.
Yeah,
allegedly. That was allegedly. Yeah, there you go.
Allegedly.
Yes.
It would be great to see Hot Toys, which I think that they will, step up their game with the
and lose the DC license. I'm with you, Aries. Take it away from me.
Well, I mean, with the Star Wars, maybe getting some of this innovation with the structured rooted hair and with the magnet to get rid of those lit nails. We were talking about those crotch grabbers and the. I'd love to see that. So I think all around, it's just incredibly awesome.
I think it's going to basically spawn some type of It's going to have to. It's going to force them to evolve, especially if they see that the system works.
Do you think they will?
Absolutely.
They'll start thinking about doing more rooted hair, but properly, and moving eyes in every figure, because that seems like InArt's thing. Like, every figure is going to have moving eyes.
I don't think that they're going to do that, but I'm talking about more so like
I love moving
eyes. Using magnets instead of actually using those crotch grabbers. That's where I think it might change. That's why.
Do you think the Marvel license is the same thing as the Star Wars one?
It is the same thing, yes. Although they do have the Marvel license for statues, and I don't know if I'm the only one, but I asked them if they could do a life-size Shang-Chi, and they said no. And I was like, damn, I would have really loved the life-size Shang-Chi bust. But apparently the movie did not do well in China, which I thought was weird, seeing as how much it embraced the Chinese culture. But
it was
apparently
what similarly says.
Yes, they don't like Simu because they said that he's not like a traditional Chinese actor. He's more of a Western. So anyway,
he made remarks about his family and how they were treated. And basically, and because of that, it was because Marvel at the time didn't even know if the film was going to actually release there.
Yeah, it didn't. I don't think. I don't think it came out there.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, we get the Hot Toys figure, but everything else, that's not.
A life-size Peacemaker. I also floated that idea. Life-size Peacemaker bust, silicon with the removable chrome helmet. Damn, that'd be cool. They seem to like that idea though. They were like, okay, that's pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And I was like, well, if you want to get that done, I don't know.
So we saw basically that they are also even, hold on, before I answer this though, I got to get this super chat out the way here, because I did see this one earlier. 1/6 shooter. If they're going to do this, they need to pay attention to every detail of the character. The type of collectors buying these will demand it. Yeah, that's
fair.
That's the thing. Like, collectors will demand, like, they'll see it, and that's the thing, is like, our voices. That's the thing. When your voices are being heard, that's what makes sense. And they know that people's voices are basically being heard. Let me see here. We got one by Trimble Dust. Let me see here. Is this coming up? I believe the young lady with Spice Runner deserves an explanation as to why a certain panelist sold.
I already gave her one. I'm not doing this again. All right, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah.
That was last week.
Shame.
Damn, you sold your Black Panther?
Yeah,
I'm not doing this tonight. No.
Real quick though, because I know that they're talking about the Predator, right?
I don't remember them speaking about Predator, but they did speak about Terminator.
Okay, Terminator.
And they spoke about Michael Jackson, and they spoke about Bruce Lee, and the one I'm excited about, I don't know if any of you all are, they spoke about Dragon Ball Z. They're thinking
Wait, what the
about getting
fuck, for
a
real?
Dragon Ball Z. Yeah.
Bro.
The live
Yeah.
action or
No,
Live
not
action.
the live action. What the hell? Oh,
Cam's
that's
like, damn.
I think
Damn.
me and Justin are probably the only ones that might like this, but what do they say? Did they have it or they're working on getting that?
No.
license?
So they're working on getting it currently. In terms of statues, Infinity Studio has Dragon Ball Z, so they're trying with figures, I believe. And I would love to see fully articulated Dragon Ball Z 1/6 scale figures. I mean, I've got this Naruto guy from Zen Creation. If they can make Naruto, then why the hell can't they make Dragon Ball? Like, come on.
It would sell so well. I
It
really
would
think
sell
so.
so well.
They're talking
Michael
about
Jackson. Michael Jackson.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Michael
You
Jackson.
said about Michael
Yeah,
Jackson.
they said they
That's
have the
interesting.
license for that. This InArt has that, right, Justin? Yeah. they got
Correct.
it.
Yes. So they're doing a life-size Thriller bust and
Shit.
also
Wow.
1/6 scale, but not Thriller like when he turns into zombie, like just him normal.
Wait,
but with the jacket.
So they're
Once-
doing
yeah.
1/6 scale Thriller.
No. That's for life size. As for 1/6, they didn't. Did they say, Riley, which version of?
I don't
Jackson
think so.
were
They
doing
just showed
1/6?
the
They didn't-
the MJ logo, and they said they had the license. That's all they said.
Yeah, they have it.
Shit.
Shit.
They got my money.
Yes.
They got my money. Especially because if
Imagine
they
a
do
magnetic display base leaning like that.
with the smooth
That
criminal,
would be crazy. They could do smooth criminal.
bro,
Yeah,
I am done. Like seriously,
I'm done.
that'd be so cool if
done.
you could have him on the angle like that.
I'm done.
if they're saying
What,
okay,
what did they say about Terminator? That's interesting as well.
I don't remember. Riley, do you remember what the hell they said?
I don't
They
know.
said sell
I know
your shit.
I know they said they
They said
have like the license for it, but I don't know. They didn't like specifically say a 6 scale. I don't think. I don't know if Justin, if you heard that, but I don't think they said. But I mean, I'd imagine they'd go for 6 scale if they had the
Right.
Terminator.
Yeah, why not?
license, So
Yeah,
Right.
Get it
1/6 Harley to go with it.
wanted to terminate it.
right.
Oh yeah, I would
Think
be in for
they'll
that.
work.
They did speak about they showed me some early stuff about the Batmobile, and
Oh.
To show you photos,
yes,
dude.
but I don't know if I'm allowed to say a lot about it. But
end the
it
stream.
looks. Yeah, okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
This one,
Yes.
this one right here. This is the one that I'm mostly interested in.
Oh,
Alita.
Alita. Okay.
Are
Well, they
doing-
do have the license for Alita, and they make a shit ton of Alita stuff. They said it's really popular. So
1/6 though?
So it's coming.
No. They didn't speak about Alita for 1/6, but in terms of statues, they do a lot of Alita stuff. So that would lead me to believe if they wanted to, they could.
Okay.
Hmm.
But I don't have any official info on that. I actually didn't even ask them about Alita. I'm so sorry.
It was hard to see because I saw like there were photos of it, but it was hard to see the presentation. Like I couldn't see.
There were
Yeah.
actually supposed to be no photos or video, but then John forgot to say. So then people did anyway. And afterwards, I was like, John, people recorded that whole thing. He's like, really? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, shit.
Oh. So
Damn.
so real quick, Will, is it too late? Is it too late?
What's up, bro? For what?
Is it too late to do the
Oh, nah. You want to do it now?
You want to do it now? I mean, because
Yeah, bro.
we got to do it
Wanna
now.
do it now?
Bro. We
Yeah,
can do
man.
it.
Past your bedtime?
We gotta
Dude,
do
I'm
it.
like, I'm barely fucking
Hell
awake,
yeah.
but I'm about to get a Joel right here. So,
We gotta
yeah,
do-
man.
do this real
Decent.
quick. 'Cause Brother Cousins better be in this, bro. Because that's what it got. That last one was a hit, so he definitely got to be in there. If you want to share your
He's not in this one, unfortunately.
Damn.
But yeah, let me share my screen real quick. Yeah, guys. So this one, I've talked a lot about dating, right?
Oh,
So,
boy.
It's kind of my self-proclaimed expertise at this point. So I want to share this with you guys real quick, and let me know, Leah, when you have it.
okay.
I taught him everything he knows, just so you know.
Carlos. So, all right. So
wow.
we've talked about talking to women about your collectibles, right? I want to take it a little more general tonight. How to approach women digitally, period. Right?
Not creepy.
Right? How to approach women digitally, right? And this doesn't mean going up and talking to women, because a lot of times a lot of guys don't really do that. To be honest, I ain't really done that. So I'm not an expert in that yet, but I am an expert in approaching women digitally. And it is an art form. It's an art form. It's an art form, not an InArt form. Hopefully some of you guys
It's
like
brother
that. I thought that was
cousin's
pretty
form,
clever.
bro. Because the way he was behind that girl's neck, yeah.
And every woman wants to know how many pre-orders we have, right? They just do, right? That's what she's thinking about. Like, I couldn't think of a better caption than that, because she wants to know how many pre-orders. She wants to know how many statues you got. She wants to know resin or polystone. She wants to know rooted or sculpted. She wants to know, right? So we're going to tell her. All right. So let's just start with the basics, right? You got to identify the in. This is the clearest and easiest way to do it, right? So let's consult the right side of the screen here. This is a real world example. I did this, okay? And I was successful. So I had never met this girl before. I messaged her because I was like, hey, she's attractive. I'm attractive. Let's talk, right? So I was like, hey, she posts some funny shit. I'm just going to say she posts some funny memes. That's all I said. You seem funny, genuine. I relate to a lot of the memes you post, just so you know you're not alone. She was like, nice to meet you. Then we chatted, went out from there. Everything was great. I didn't end up with her, but still.
When was this?
It was a while ago, bro. It was a while ago. It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. Long time ago. But still, identifying the in, right? Like, maybe she has a cat. I mean, that's not the smoothest way to go about it, but that's why I put the cat there. Like, you could even address like, oh, that's a pretty nice cat you got, right? So, but one of the smoothest ways you can approach a woman digitally is find a natural starting point for the conversation. Natural. Don't just go in, like Carlos said, just message them and say hi. That's what you fucking don't do.
That's terrible.
You don't do that, because that's like Jeffrey Dahmer shit, bro. That's like you don't go in with that. Then you're just like, yeah, like, oh yeah, you can leave after you look at my Iron Man figures. Like, no, bro, that's not the shit you do, right? You go in with something starting. Before you approach or identify the common ground, find something you can talk about. You know what I've kind of noticed? Because we all like nerdy shit, right? Women kind of like Game of Thrones. So like you can talk to them about House of the Dragon right now. That is a common point. That's nerdy shit that you can connect on.
Yeah.
To be
How
honest.
to Train Your Dragon.
Exactly, bro. How to Train Your Dragon also works. Anything with dragons, really. Anything with dragons. If she posts funny memes, talk about that. Being reactive to something specific, she shows thoughtfulness. Maybe she thinks InArt is the Hot Toys killer too. You never know, right? Could be. Could be the case. And if so, you got yourself a winner. It should be something discreet. Telling her you like your cat is a coin flip at best, right? That's not very in, right? You got to find something a little more discreet than that. Okay. So sometimes you don't have an in, right? Because you don't really know that much about her, but you think she's attractive nonetheless. So you just got to go with something a little bit more generic, right? So let's consult the right side of the screen here. This actually didn't work out for me, but I still think I played it pretty well. She left me on red, but this is the only time that's ever happened to me. What I said, I just wanted to reach out, see if you'd be interested in hanging out sometime. Really like the opportunity to get to know you better. Keep it simple, right? You don't got to say too much. You don't got to in. You just got to go with something, right? Didn't work, but nonetheless, I still feel like I played this one pretty well, right? If there isn't an in, you need to be confident. Confidence is attractive. Science says so. We all know this. It's direct and unobtrusive. That's really, really important, guys. We got to be confident. We got to be direct, unobtrusive. Don't say some weird ass shit like, hey, I think you're really hot, or like, I'd love to go meet up or whatever. Like, it's not the time for that. You got to give it a little more time, okay? Confidence is attractive, like I mentioned. Most women, honestly, and I talked to Carlos about this, it's scientifically backed. Most women really aren't approached.
Why Carlos?
Carlos, bro. Yeah, Carlos, he doesn't really know shit, but he knows some stuff about this. So, you know. Women aren't really approached that much. To be honest, it's true. I've talked to women about this. Most women are actually not approached as much as guys think that they might be, because most men are actually too shy to do it. So you don't have to be that guy. You can be confident and not too shy to do it, because look, guys, you got to ask for what you want and shoot your shot. If you want to hang out with this girl, you want to meet her, this is the way to do it. You go for it. Rejection's a reality of life. We all know this, right? But it will always be your reality if you never try and you reject yourself first. That's just what it is, right? If you reject yourself because, oh, maybe she'll say no, I'm too scared, I'm too much of a puss to ask, then you're never gonna get what you want, right? You gotta at least try. If she says no, there'll be another one who will fill her spot. Don't just send hi, like I mentioned. Not a good way to start things off, in my opinion. All right, we got a love triangle here. All right. So This is
Oh
Cameron
my god,
Diaz.
that's a fucking old.
And this is actually Ben. And
Are you camping?
Oh my god.
so yeah,
I was on my way to Hooters restaurant in this picture
Oh
back
my
in 2008.
this is actually.
I'm not lying.
This is actually a love triangle.
What?
This is like
No
Bella,
way.
Jacob, and Edward. This
Is
is like
this-
this is
is
like
this-
Anthony and Cameron and Mandalorian Huntress, bro. This is like a love triangle right here. So
Oh
Sean,
my
bro?
goodness.
yeah.
my God.
So that's
Is
Sean.
this-
That's Sean. Yeah, bro. That's Sean. So
Wow.
you got to lead with your best foot forward, right? That's just how we live in life. But yeah, Cameron's always in the spotlight, bro. All right, get to know them naturally. This is another good example, right? This is actually from Hinge, but I'm still going to count it. So I messaged her because I was like, hey, I saw what she does for a job, and I was like, I have no idea what the fuck that is. So I'm going to look it up and Google it, and then message her about it and say like, hey, I Googled it, and then she asked me what I found about it, and then the conversation went on from there, right? I found it in naturally.
Bro,
What's up,
is
bro?
this the one that ended up being a dude?
That has
Oh my
never happened to me
God.
once.
What? What?
Because I have too good of a radar for that. So,
Okay.
I have too good of a dudar for that.
God.
So get to know them naturally, right? After the introduction, this is kind of like the hard part because you got to actually hold the conversation so they don't lose interest. Because if you start like saying just like nothing, they're going to be like, well, I'm bored, right? I'm going to go watch House of the Dragon or Harry Potter, right? They're not going to really talk to you. So you got to hold the conversation.
Brother
One
cousins.
small other tip that I like to recommend is you don't want to seem too eager, right? If you build in at least 5 minutes between your responses, that really helps because you don't really want to seem too eager or clingy or needy, right? It's just not a good look. You don't want to wait too long because then they're bored as shit and they'll just move on to someone else. But you don't want to wait too little of amount of time because then you're too eager, you look needy, right? You're clingy, like Carlos. So you have to say something interesting, right? Show an interest in learning about who they are, their interests, and then share yours. Don't talk about the weather, shit like that. Find other interests they can talk about. Catch them on Grey's Anatomy, Harry Potter if she's into it. Do whatever you got to do, bro. Yeah, bro. Do what you got to do.
No.
Yeah, bro. Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, it's all about that. So share your own interesting hobbies and collecting when the time is right, right? You don't want to lead with that necessarily unless you're talking to the right girl. But all right, conclusion, bro. Conclusion. Optical's never actually been in one of these, I don't think. So I put him in there. That's Optical. Yeah, that's
Put
Optical.
Star Ace on his face.
He loves Star
bro.
Ace.
Star
Wow.
Ace, bro. You know this. So conclusion, seal the deal. Sealing the deal is a little bit difficult. So I consulted multiple women about this because I wanted research, right? And I asked them, I said, how long would you like to talk to someone before they asked you out on a date? Because one thing that I've repeatedly been told is that women really do, the majority of women, not all, they do not like when you ask them out to start. Like if you just first message, hey, let's go out. And that's probably what I did wrong on that one, right? They don't like that from what I've been told. So I base this on personal experience and feedback that I've received. Wait usually 2 weeks after talking to them, minimum, and then you can ask about. Obviously, it's not a hard and fast rule, just what I've been told, right? This is something I do, actually. I don't know if other people do this. So offer to FaceTime them before meeting up. For one, so you know they're not a catfish, right? You don't want that. You don't want to show up and see a dude there, right? That's not good. And also, it kind of releases a little bit of the tension of meeting up the first time because you actually FaceTime, you know how each other are sort of live, you can talk to each other, and it makes her feel more comfortable and you feel more comfortable so you actually meet face to face. Some final tips. Don't send messages, I don't know if this is a word, but closed-ended because you want open-ended, like the opposite of open-ended, right? Leave room for a response, ask relevant questions. Remember that you need to be asking what they can do for you rather than what you can do for them. It's not all about like how attractive they are, what they can do for you. You're in this too. It's a relationship, right? Don't accept flakiness or insincerity. Don't be a simp, right? You don't want to be a simp. That's not what anyone here is. You should never choose someone who doesn't choose you. And guys, thanks for listening. This is actually
God.
Justin and his cat.
Terrible.
So this is Justin and his cat. Justin and his
Weird.
puss.
Oh,
That cat is pissed.
Yeah, this cat is not having it. And we're actually not done because Carlos, bitches. We got a tattoo for Carlos. This is an Iron Man tattoo.
Carlos.
This is an Iron Man
Wow.
tattoo,
I
bro.
like that. I like that.
And you know where I got this from, Carlos? From Becca, actually. Yeah, so I messaged Becca. She sent me a bunch of other ones, but I was like, some of those are too old. I was like, it wouldn't really work, right?
This is like
Bro.
4 years, maybe.
Yeah,
Bro.
it's funny how Carlos covers those face tattoos. He wears a lot of makeup, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, for real. I don't know how you do that. It's weird.
So anyway, yeah, this one was a maybe a little more serious, but I feel like it's important nonetheless. So
Give
yeah,
yourself an
thanks, guys, for
applause,
listening.
Will.
I'm gonna give myself an applause.
Give
Come
yourself
on.
an applause.
Well done,
But
man.
bro,
What
like,
a
why don't you
show.
just
Well done.
you don't just use the brother cousins method, bro? Why don't you
Yeah.
just walk up behind her and don't even talk, just go. Because that's what he does. He
Breathe
didn't
on
even talk. He just said,
What the fuck?
You just don't walk up to her and breathe on her. That's real shit right there.
That's
Works
good
every time,
advice.
brother.
Yeah.
Works
Yeah,
every
dude, so
time.
you get
They're
a
gonna
it
be
works
like,
every time. Just go up to her and just be like,
They're gonna be like, where do I file that restraining order? Where do I file that shit?
it worked because she was looking very interested in that video, bro. Like straight
my
up.
God.
She
Yeah.
was looking
Hell yeah.
That was paid video, right?
What,
Say
this
what?
presentation?
No, the
Oh.
brother cousin.
It was
that your-
sponsored, so
Oh, that was okay. No, never mind.
Man, look, it's been a great show. We are 2 hours in. It's like past everybody's bedtime. But Justin, thank you for coming on and pretty much, kind of just answering a lot of questions about the event. I'm sure pretty much, everybody, wanted to know what was going on with those figures, and what to expect, especially out of the Joker. With the box, you said, now the thing is, I thought that was the final product. That box looked dope. But if that's not it, then I wonder what we're going to actually see. We just got to wait and see, I guess. So definitely, I can't wait to see that, man. But yes, everybody, thank you for being there. Everybody out in the chat. I want to go around real quick and find out what everybody has going on. It's been definitely a great night. I'm gonna start with you, Aries, first. My guy, Aries, the wizard. I know that we got something coming up on Monday, but what do we got? We got anything coming up this weekend, brother?
Well, first, thank you so much for having me on. I had so much fun, and this is such a great panel. So
Yeah.
can't wait to do it again. Thank you so much. What's going on? We got 6 Scale Raw coming up this Monday at 8:15 p.m. Eastern. So you absolutely don't want to miss that. Coming up on Monday, we will have another market chart show coming out this weekend as well. So stay tuned for that, along with another video. Is a possible video coming at you. 6 Scale Cantina. I know we got a lot to get through over here. Go ahead and subscribe to everybody on here. Had a lot of fun. Thanks, Leo.
Thank you for being here, bro. If you haven't already now, I put the link to everybody's channel in the subscription and in the description of this video. So that's where you can definitely find it, man. Always. If you haven't already subscribed to the 6 Scale Cantina, man, you don't know what you're missing, man. Definitely. And you know what? I'll make sure that when I watch it now, and if I'm on it, I'm going to Starbucks and get my chai tea. We'll just name it something totally different, because that's my favorite drink. Latoya tea got me hooked on it. I get one every single day with oat milk. But you got to get it the iced chai tea with oat milk. Boy, I'm telling you. And Will, if you want to meet females,
bro,
just go to Starbucks. Don't go,
dude.
Or the
Honestly,
grocery store. Grocery
honestly,
store,
let
too.
me give y'all one more
And
tip.
Target.
It's not Target's
hell yeah,
good.
Target.
You know where it is?
Target.
It's
Target's
fucking home
married
goods.
girls,
It's
bro.
home goods.
Well,
home goods is
too,
where
bro.
you go. Home goods.
But
I'm telling
Target
you.
and Starbucks, and now that they merged both, and you got Starbucks in Target, bro.
Target does
That's
have the
what-
women, not gonna lie, but
You got
home
Wegmans
goods.
down there?
You don't want to go to
That shit,
Starbucks.
just
bro.
go. What's up?
You don't want to go to Starbucks. You're gonna be, that's gonna be expensive. They're gonna want to go there every day. It's like $8 for coffee.
Bro, what's more
Yeah, you're gonna be
expensive,
out a lot of
that or
money.
Olive Garden? What's more expensive?
Olive Garden is family friendly, so
Yeah,
You get
yeah,
breadsticks.
yeah, right.
Yeah, you get
And so-
breadsticks.
and
Dude,
soup,
just be like
so.
Riley. Go to the strip club. You meet some. Really good
Nah.
people.
Riley did go to the casino, bro.
No.
Look at bro. Look at Jay. Look at Jay.
Oh my
He's
god.
like, hey, you
He's
know what
like,
I'm talking
Jay,
about?
you know what I mean.
Well, Riley was living on the edge that night. He broke into an event and then he went to the strip club.
I didn't break.
Yeah, Rob, you did go to strip club. We gotta
I
talk
was
about
trying
that.
to get Riley a private dance, but he said no. But
Yeah, he tried
Don't
pretty
neglect
hard.
the
Yeah.
churro.
God.
Don't neglect the churro.
Anyway, brother
Wrap it,
cousins,
bro.
man,
Wrap
brother cousin Jay, thank you for being here with me, brother. So glad you came tonight,
Absolutely,
man.
absolutely.
What can we expect from you, bro? Besides my favorite show, Good Morning Grills,
Hey.
can you let me know? Can you give us a sneak peek that what's going to be on next Tuesday's Good Morning Grills?
Oh, next week. First of all, thank you so much for having me. It was a wonderful panel, wonderful
Definitely.
show tonight. Definitely appreciate the invite. Yeah, man. Next week, Good Morning Grails. I'm thinking Leia and Wicked 2-pack.
Ooh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
Wanted to jump back
Okay.
into Star Wars. Why not? Why not? I think we may honestly, you may get a couple of Good Morning Rails episodes next
Okay.
week. Not just one. So we're gonna get a couple because we gotta knock some stuff out. So yeah, so stick tuned for that. Best of the best tomorrow night. Maybe tomorrow night, best of the best. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll get something else dropping tonight so we can have something, something to talk about. Got my Ghostbusters retro review coming out. That's going to be dropping this weekend, and it's going to be fun. I'm about to actually drop a teaser image from what I did. I kind of did some craziness with some effects and everything on it. So I'm gonna tell you, it ain't no other Ghostbuster review out there of the Blitzway set like this. So definitely check that out. That's going to be amazing. And
is that all 4 of them?
All four.
Okay.
Yep. So that's going to be amazing when we drop that out. And yeah, man, that's it. And that's it for pretty much it. Trying to see if we got anything else. Got some new merch. Got some new shirts and everything. Y'all go check that out, brother cousins, whatever. And
They've been hitting, yeah, man. I you know what? I'm getting me some merch on Thursday, on tomorrow, as a matter of fact. I'm getting me some merch. So just expect me to hit up that account and get me some brother cousins merch.
Yeah.
So I got to get my own merch out, but I'm going to get me a brother cousins merch, piece of merch. So yeah, let's go.
Let's go. But that's it. Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, that's it for me.
Man, thank you for being here. Always, bro. I do appreciate you being here tonight. Carlos, man, what's going on with you, bro? How you doing, man? And what can we expect from you? Because you've been talking about this show for the longest time, bro. But I don't know if it's going to happen. But
I don't know either.
FUC.
Well,
now I want a shirt.
So you're gonna go up to a girl, hey, point at it.
Wow, it's better than that photo. I'll have a better chance.
Well, thank you, Leo, for inviting me. No show yet. I'm not a YouTuber yet, so I have nothing going on. I'm just waiting for this stream to be over so I can ask Justin questions about his cat. And that's pretty much it, man. One day I'll probably have a show or something, and we'll take it from there. But hey, I appreciate the invite, bro. It's always fun. And yeah, man, thank you.
Always, man. Sean, Spice Runner, that picture, we're gonna talk about that shit. I'm gonna text you after we get done. We're gonna talk about that picture.
Man.
That shit was funny. What's going on with you, brother?
I had so much fun tonight. Thank you for having me. Everybody was great. I got something to say that my daughter said to me, but I don't know if I should say it on the air. I was telling her, I said that's the guy right there that sold the Black Panther. She said, no, for real. This is real though. This is a real conversation. And she pointed at the screen. You guys might have seen her. She was pointing at the screen, and she said, "He's black."
Wow.
I said, yeah. And she's like, then she pointed below to Jay. She's like, no, him, right? I was like, no. I said, him right here. She's like, he's black. I was like,
me.
Yes, he's just like he's black. He's just a little bit lighter. He's black though.
I'm just beige. I'm just beige.
Yeah,
He's beige.
You know how like they got the crowns now and they have like colors? Like the different races in the crown box. I'm the light one.
I told her it was your winter equinox.
This is it. I've gotten dark as I could, and now I'm about to just get lighter as the year go on. So it's
and I was like,
hey,
you brought out your
there's
pussy.
the cat. Okay.
Oh my gosh,
there he is. Wow.
That cat. But I also want to say the level of Justin's like innuendo that came out of his mouth was like 90s Disney cartoon level. Like we were talking about the mushroom tip, we were talking about all kinds of things. It was crazy.
It's a pretty pussy, I ain't gonna lie.
You're welcome.
Wow, Carlos.
Damn, wow, Carlos. Thank you very much for that, bro. Anyway, Spice, thank you for being here with us, man. Cam, what's going on with you, brother?
I'm surprised, honestly. How have the booty bots not found their way in here?
Yeah,
I'm so confused. The algorithm tonight must be off somewhere.
You know what? We are the booty bots tonight.
Clearly.
Y'all clearly are.
They're like, oh, there's enough in there. We don't need to jump in, girl.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we can stay out.
They said Justin's already here, so we're gonna.
Man, come on.
Yeah, bro. So I mean, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it. Always fun being here with you guys on Wednesday. So I'm actually gonna drop finally my video of my second episode of collectibles and cocktails this Saturday. We're gonna feature 2 different drinks. I was gonna do one, but I decided to do 2. So the first one's gonna be butterbeer from Harry Potter, and the second one is gonna be unicorn blood, also from Harry Potter. So
wow.
if you guys go ahead and follow me on Instagram or on YouTube, and go ahead and check out the recipes on there, man. Thanks for having me, bro. Appreciate it.
As always, man. It's always a pleasure to have you here, bro. If you haven't already, make sure you follow Killer Cam. Get over there and follow Killer Cam all day, every day. Get some great content. And finally, we're going to get that butter beer, so I can't wait for that. So thank you for being here, brother. Next up, we got the one and only Mr. Will Foxification in the building, bro. What can we expect from you, man?
Dude, thanks so much for having me as always, Layout. And yeah, man, there'll be Lights Camera Collect every Friday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. I know Marco's going to be on that with me. I'm not sure who the other person's going to be, but that'll be, every Friday, like I mentioned, 5:30, and then Collectors Mingle Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So, and I'm always here at 9:15, man. And every once in a while I do a segment. So yeah, man, happy to be here. And yeah, I'll probably be on some other ones. I'm not sure, but I was going to do Brother Cousins tomorrow, but then I realized Black Adam comes out. So I was like, well, yeah, Black Adam comes out tomorrow. And even though the reviews aren't stellar, I kind of
pretty mixed.
I think I plan to always go see that. So
I'm pissed because my 14-year-old sister got to see it yesterday. What the hell?
Wow.
Warner Brothers, what the hell? My sister, she went with a friend who helped organize the event somehow, a family friend.
Damn.
And then I messaged that friend like, yo, what the shit?
And you couldn't go.
I didn't get to go. And I want to see Black Adam. I want to see Black Adam. But yeah, she saw it and I was so angry that I didn't even message her asking her how the movie was. She was like, if you want any spoilers, I was like, don't you dare. Don't you dare spoil me.
So now you got to see it on your own.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it tonight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Tonight.
Nice. Because they're a day ahead. Definitely.
Because we're in the future, son.
That's
yeah, they're in the future. Yeah.
That's right.
Damn it.
And I can't believe you got to see it.
It's going to be dope.
Yeah.
But Will, it's always a pleasure, bro. Thank you for being here, man.
Appreciate it.
Can't wait to Sunday.
You can skip Riley.
I hate you, Carlos.
The man of the hour himself, Mr. Riley Reviews, bro. What's going on, brother?
No, thank you so much, Leo, for the invite. It was a lot of fun. The behind the curtain, yeah, we all got scared, but it was all just about bringing the love to the community, which I love. I love the statement you brought out at the beginning, man. Just keep up that same attitude. It's amazing. And a special shout out to Queen at the event and stuff. It was such a lot of fun, such a blast. Again, I hope that they do this more, like in the future and next year they'll do it at another event, because it's awesome seeing collectors come together. I mean, I know it's a small venue, but it's so cool to see that, and just seeing like new products on the line. It was something very exciting to me, and a special shout out to all the supporters out there. Really appreciate it. We're actually at 750 subscribers. We're almost at that 1K goal. So thank you guys all for the love and support.
Dude, that's awesome.
Go slow and steady. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. But my channel right now, I just posted the just some InArt, just HD photos and some videos. If you guys want to see that, you can check out my channel at Riley Reviews, and I'm also on Instagram, Riley Reviews with the Z at the end. But right now we're just waiting. I'm excited to see Black Adam. I'll see that tomorrow, and hopefully Hot Toys drop something like super exciting. I feel like recently we've gotten kind of just nothing like crazy, you know. Like there's been some nice stuff, but it's been some
nice stuff, but it's been definitely low.
Right, like we got Crosshair. That was cool, but like I want like a Padme or like a Vulture, like a crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the N1.
Really, yeah, the
N1 would be good.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
dude, that would be exciting. But
Loki.
yeah, we're just
Jar Jar.
Yeah,
No one
wait,
gives a shit about Loki, Will.
still
Come
waiting for
on.
Loki.
Frog Lady.
I want Loki.
Frog Lady or something.
Complete that end game line. But thanks again, Lyle. Just amazing community we have here. All the chat members here. It's just amazing stuff. Make sure to subscribe to everyone here. Amazing stuff.
Everybody here, make sure you subscribe to. Definitely, man. Thanks for being here with us, Riley. Ben, what's going on with you, man? My favorite Canadian. What's going on with you, man?
Dude, I am blown away. Thank you so much for having me tonight. It was awesome to meet Justin for the first time in Aries and seeing all the rest of you guys is always a pleasure. So I really appreciate that. This last week, I was able to pick up, I know, a grail for
You gonna
Lael
keep
and definitely for myself
rubbing
as
it
well.
in,
as,
man. You gonna-
Farm boy Luke. There's a little review on my channel at the Ben
cool.
Thomas Show. So
Nice.
definitely check
Congrats,
that
bro.
out.
Birthday
I've also
weekend?
been updating my setup and behind me here. So I'm going to do a collection tour 2.0 here soon, just to kind of how I did it, how I put it together. So that was pretty fun. Otherwise, you can always catch me over at Collecting Weekly every Tuesday night on their main show.
Yes,
I'm always
yes.
a guest host over there. Always a good time with the boys. So if you've missed out on Collecting Weekly, check those guys out. And then whenever Marco, my buddy over at 16 Fix, his lovely wife, is not available, I am his backup host there. So check out 16 Fix as well. So again,
You're
love
a
you guys.
side chick.
Thanks for having me. Definitely I'm definitely a bit of a
Always,
side
man.
chick. You hate to see it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Always a pleasure, man. I'm so glad that you
Definitely
actually
appreciate
came
it.
through today, man. It's been such a pleasure
100%.
to have you here, bro. Always, every day. So I do appreciate you, and thank you very much for being here. And last but not least, come on, man. We got Justin in the building, bro. Come on, man. Thank you. Welcome back to the streaming land. I'm so glad you're here. You've been missed, but I'm so glad that you're actually back in the flesh. What you got coming up, man? What review videos can we expect from you, bro?
Yeah, a lot of stuff, but I want to stop talking because I spoke like 90% of the time during this stream, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take up all the airtime. So
fuck, dude.
next time I
Don't
come
worry
on, I'll be more of a listener, and then I'll just, whenever you need me, you just let me know. But
got
I'm
you,
sorry for
bro.
taking up all the airtime. Subscribe to all of these guys though, seriously. This has been so much fun. I've missed streaming. This is something that, like, it's just a nice way to just chill and just talk about figures rather than just reviewing constantly, which is what I've been doing. And I was starting to like burn out a little, but yeah, this has been awesome. So thank you, Lael, for inviting me. And yeah, let me know if you ever want me on again. I'm ready.
Always,
Ready to
man.
go.
Holidays every
Yeah.
day, man. I would love to have you here. I'm so glad that you reached out and say, "Hey, I'm ready." And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And again, it was all about the positivity on the show. Again, having you here and being able to talk about InArts and answer questions. I'm pretty sure that was on the minds of a lot of people. So to have you here, really meant a lot. So thank you as always, man. And everybody out in the chat, definitely. I do want to say, again, we appreciate you guys for hanging in with us. Again, at the very beginning, I didn't mean to scare everybody. That's not what it was about. It definitely wasn't about that. It was just more about, again, us, putting aside differences. It's not going to look, none of this stuff is going to happen overnight. I already know that. I'm not naive. I know that, everything that I said in the beginning probably won't be as received as I want it to be. But again, I hope it reached someone. I mean, and you see that all of us on this panel, not all of us are going to share the same ideas. We're not going to share the same opinions. We're not going to always agree with everything. But at the same time, that's what helps, create, just, innovation. It helps to push that needle forward. We're from all walks of life, different places, different countries, and we can come together and we can have these discussions about the things that we love, which is toys and collecting. Not about the company that represents this company or the company that sells this or who does that or who didn't get this figure first. It's all about collecting because that's what I have fun doing. And that's what I love to do. And I hope you do too. And because I know this panel does. So definitely, I do want to throw it out there since Ben had a chance to show that figure. My birthday is October 25th next week. So if anybody, you find a deal on that
I've been looking.
If anybody finds a deal in that farm boy, throw your boy a hook, let me know, and I got you. So definitely, man, thank you very much, and everybody for being here. Again, if you haven't already subscribed to the 16 Scale Man page, definitely do that. Sorry for holding everybody up, but it's been a great show. We still got 169 people out there watching. Definitely appreciate you and everybody, and for what you do, and the chat for what you guys do for us and also the community. So again, remember, Thanksgiving is coming up. There's going to be a Thanksgiving initiative actually going. So all proceeds tonight from super chats are going towards that Thanksgiving initiative. That's to donate food to the needy, people who need it, and pretty much. We're going to be donating turkeys. I've already partnered with a couple of different programs here within the city, and we're going to actually be handing out plates and food, to people who definitely need it. So again, when I tell you between October, like September to, January, the super chats that we receive, I don't accept them. I actually send them off, put them in a barrel for, people who need it, because it's important for me, coming from a home that was broken at one point, but mended, and knowing that we needed things when we were young. I want to pay that forward. So that's what it's all about. And hopefully you will too. Remember, people who need it. We are fortunate enough to get these figures and collect what we love, but there are people out there that aren't as fortunate. So remember them, especially with the month to come, with everything that's happening around the world. We got fires, we got tsunamis, we got wars, we got all this stuff that's happening. Remember your fellow man, your neighbors, and people who need it. If we're going to argue about the politics of the world that aren't making things right for the people that we love, the people of color, the people, the minorities, everybody out there, things that need to be right in this world. But in this community, we make it right because we come together, and it doesn't matter about your race, your sexual preferences, whatever. Even if you don't, who likes Carlos, who doesn't, because he gets on my nerves. Regardless, it doesn't matter. It's all about basically bringing things together and making sure there's love. And on top of that, I can't wait to open up a clamshell to find out what's new. So that's what it's all about, man. Again, we love y'all all day, every day. Keep it righteous, keep it focused. I said focus. Damn, focus. I can't put that up. I know I did say focus. Damn, I said focus. I gotta put that shit up real quick.
There you go.
Damn, focus moment all day. He was supposed to be here tonight too. I sent him out the link, but he must have went to sleep. But anyway, thank you guys for being here, man. It's always love. Again, can't wait to see y'all again next week, and hopefully this video works because we are out. Peace.